Peace, King and Queens. You are now rocking with the infamous,
Opinionated,
the talkative,
and the cool.
Yo. You know why I play that though? You know why I play that song?
Why is that?
Because we missed the party last night, and it was Afro Caribbean.
Oh, okay.
So I had to play the song just for
you
us
had
to
to
like.
play that?
Yeah, I had to play it
Alright.
just because you didn't want to come outside.
I mean, it's not that I didn't want to come outside.
Bushwick is a far place.
It is far. And if I'm not going to ride, I'm not going to Bushwick.
I respect it 100%.
It's insane.
We got guests.
Yes.
We're gonna let y'all introduce yourselves. This ain't one of those shows.
Here it's me, Goodlookin Lee from the Thank Me Later podcast.
And it's your girl Noelle Kay from the Thank Me Later podcast.
You guys sound professional.
Nah, for real. Like, I got the voices for it.
Yeah, you got that radio personality voice.
Fact.
Thank you. I feel like that about y'all.
Nah.
I'm about to switch up my
I'm
voice.
from the hood.
Oh no, Tosh came in with
too.
I'm from the hood. Like now,
I'm about to start changing my voice up.
It's not clean.
Where y'all from that Bushwick is far?
I'm
Y'all
from
from
Brooklyn.
Flatbush,
I'm from
right?
Flatbush.
I'm from
Flatbush.
Far Rock, so everywhere
I'm
is far
sorry.
from me.
Yeah.
Everywhere is
that's-
far.
Far Rock is far.
It's ridiculous.
and I'm from the Bronx.
You from
Oh, that's far.
I'm from Brooklyn.
So we got the same
You
story,
already
pretty
know,
much.
Brooklyn.
Oh gosh,
No,
I'm
but
outnumbered here.
Bushwick is far.
Yeah, because you in Flatbush.
I live in Flatbush. So like, if you don't get in a ride, it's just ridiculous. It doesn't make sense.
This is very true.
It's on the other side of Brooklyn. You
You
know
could
what I mean?
party in your house.
Exactly, 100%. I was playing that Burna Boy out in the crib. I was like, all right, I have my own party in the crib.
Yeah.
It's about time we had you here.
I'm so happy about
Facts.
this.
Yeah.
I'm so happy about
Yeah,
this.
and you got a co-host now.
Yeah.
Hey.
Okay,
Yeah, you know I'm here. Whatever.
explain all that. What happened? Like, what's the story?
All right, so I believe I did Noelle's episode like before I did y'all's. Could be the other way, but let's just go with I did it before I did y'all's. So her manager reached out. Her manager at the time reached out. I had been paying attention because I had interviewed Vina Love, and I saw that they had like friends in common and they did a song together. So I was paying attention, but like I suffer from chronic procrastination. So I was like, I'm gonna hit her up. Like when I hit her
get
up.
sad when she tells this story about how she
Son,
wasn't paying attention to
I was
me.
just like, I'm gonna hit her up, but I'm gonna hit her up whenever I hit her up. Like,
Yeah.
So her management at the time got to me first, and I was like, yeah. I've been paying attention. Like, let's do the show. We do the show. That's the first time I ever play a game on air. So we playing Uno. Of course she had to lose because I just can't have it. And
I was winning though. I really did not
I
think
just had
she
a
was
great
gonna make a
hand. I
comeback.
had nothing
Like
but wild cards and draw twos. It was
When
a
she
new
picked
deck,
up, though.
and it was perfect. Look at God. So we do the show, and it just was like, it worked.
Yeah.
And I asked her, I said, yo, you gonna think about coming back? You got a nice voice. She was like, yeah, people tell me to host stuff, and I just haven't done it. And then I'm like, all right, so just pull up on me. She never pulls up.
Wow.
On air though, she's like, yeah, we gonna do it. So we meet at a pop-up. My sponsors is there, she's there, and I'm like, yo, what's up? We say yeah, but we never set anything up. So her management is like, what about like having like different co-hosts every week? And I'm like, that's cool, because I always wanted Thank Me Later to talk about like culture and stuff. You can't do that alone, and I don't like depending on people a lot. So sometimes guests would flake, and that hour would turn into like a meeting hour where I'll just work on like marketing and stuff. So I'm like, I do want to talk about stuff. So I'm just like, yo, Noelle, what's up? Like, come do the show. She like, all right, cool. We did it, and I think her management was like, yeah, it's like a one time, we're gonna try it. But I had told her like, just come do the show. Like, let's just get it over with.
And I had no clue that she wanted consistency. I didn't know what was the conversation that was had with my management at the time and her. So I'm going with the flow. I'm being told what to do, and I'm going to show up to do it. So we were just miscommunicating for a while. And
You cut the middleman, and I'm just like, just do the show. I never said anything about it. She just came on the show, and it just worked. And we've been doing it.
Yeah. I heard the difference because when I was when I was listening to the show, then I heard her. I was like, oh, who's this? And I think I hit you up like, she's so cute.
Yeah.
Like, I like that.
Thank you.
Yeah. I like the dynamic between y'all two.
Thank
It's cute.
thank you. Yeah,
What
we
were
get
you
all the time
doing?
that it's like we bring a comedic effect to the show. So
Yeah.
I think that's dope.
Yeah, for sure.
What were you doing prior to the podcasting?
Oh, I sing. So I'm also an artist, and I just want to put my hands and feet into like everything that I'm good at. I think that's working for artists right now is making sure that you're multifaceted in what the entertainment business, period. So just utilizing my craft in all possible ways. My voice has just been everything for me. So that's why I just got into it. And luckily enough, we didn't even see the benefits of how we would benefit each other in our own individual businesses. So that was dope too, just coming together and thinking like, this is gonna work for Team Noelle Kay. Like, you being on the show, I'm gonna hold you down with like your music, putting it out there, debuting your work. So it just came full circle, and I was just blessed to actually be a part of Thank Me Later.
Yo, people would send me their music before I had her, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with it. Like, send it to somebody who can help you. And then I started like pushing records, but only because of her. So now people would be like, yo, let me play this on the show, and it's like, yeah, let's do it. But before, people would send me links, and I'm like, I don't know what to do.
Like where would I enter?
Yeah, like, I'm just liking the message.
She doesn't give herself enough credit. She was working with an artist.
This is true.
And she has an A&R vibe. Like, even me, prior to being on the show, or even prior to thinking, like I said, thinking about the benefits that we would be to each other in our individual businesses, I would ask her opinion on things. So I just felt like she has this aura to her where the opinion matters of what comes in her ears and then comes out, like what it translates into. So I don't think she gives herself enough credit for that vibe that comes off, or artists coming to her saying, what you think about this? You know, like, and relying on her opinion to even make a next move, next decision. So,
one day they'll hear when we talk about what I said about DGC.
Oh, yeah.
Do you ever plan to be an A&R in life? Like, what's your goals for real?
For real, my goal is to open up a multimedia company for the hood. Like, I'm from Marcy Projects. I want something where the kids can come and they can, for free, work on their craft. You know what I'm saying? Where we show them how to shoot, show them how to edit. You know what I'm saying? It's bigger than podcasting. We dropped a reel for the show, inspired by the movie Us. For me, that was new. I ain't seen no podcast do that. You know what I mean? So it was just like, it's so much I can do. I went to school. I got a degree in business and communication. So I know how to, like, I always wanted to open up an art gallery. I know how to manage one. I take pictures.
Oh, that's lit.
Yeah, so I just was like, I want to do so much. And people always say focus on one thing. I think that's great. But my mind runs from it. Like, my mind hates structure. So it's like, I have to be able, when I have a block in one thing, I have to have something else to do.
Yeah.
So when I wasn't recording the show, because we pre-record, everything is just there.
Right.
We went and we shot a reel. Then it was like, okay, we're going to do this again. But right now, what's next? And it was like, I helped her with her set design for her video. And I did her wardrobe. And it's like, I just have to be able to create. The ultimate goal is to create freely, no matter medium.
Right.
I don't care, like, if it's the podcast that take me where I need to go, if it's photography, I don't care. I just want to create a space where people can come and they can do the same. I just want to bridge the gap. Yeah,
that's beautiful. I think we need a lot of people. We've been talking about that on the podcast too, like just giving kids outlets, because we didn't have that. Yeah.
And I work with children. It's like, I see my kids, they like I brought them in here to do a show. They like, yo, coach, can we go back? Like, now they podcast. Everything is a show now. But before that, they was like, what is it? And I'm like, yo, it's like a radio show. Now everybody got one. Now all of my kids like, yeah, you gonna let me record my show, right? Like, it's cool. It's so cool to see that.
Yeah.
How old are the kids you work with?
Anywhere from 6 to 11.
Oh.
Yeah. So I didn't bring none of the babies because they fuck shit up.
Yeah, that'd have been
but
crazy.
yeah, like my 8 to 11.
That's when they're like, their mind explodes and they soak up like everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They
I
even
think that's
want
the
to
peak.
soak up the show. And
Yeah.
it's like,
I'm
try
like,
to keep
chill.
it from them.
Wait a second.
It's a lot of,
I'll be like,
explicit
no.
content.
Explicit content. Yeah, for sure. Fact. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Like one of the great shows is like, I interviewed a sex worker. I'm like, nah, don't find the show.
Yeah.
So I give them other stuff. Nah, work on your show so we can shoot it. They don't have time to listen to me.
That's high key the problems when my managers might be asking for my podcast and shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
you might not like me after this.
You know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You might not like me.
That's
after
the
that.
thing. Like, my nephew, he's 13. He's like, Auntie, I'm listening to your show. And I'm like, I could give you the ones you can listen to. Like, maybe that. And then my boss, I work in corporate world. He was like, because I was like, I got to go. I got to record my podcast. He's like, give me the link to your podcast. I was like,
Never that.
like, you might see me in a different life. I'll give you that. Nah,
Never
you
that,
don't need
never
that.
I tell everybody when I first got into school, like, I'm like, They like, why you want to work here? I'm like, I think the board had made a mistake, really. Like, I don't know how y'all let me in. Like,
Right.
but if you let me, I'm going to do it. And I told her, she said, you got to show her. I'm like, yeah, don't push this to the children or the
Right.
staff. Just tell them I do stuff.
Yeah.
And when I switched schools and programs, they listened to the show and they was like, we like it. And I'm like, yeah, just don't let the kids hear that. I don't care what y'all like. Don't let the kids know.
Yeah.
But it's like, stuff like that is so cool to me. Like, it's so cool because the kids be like, yo, we want to do, like, I got a kid now. She want to do like a cooking show, but it's like a music show. Like, she want to break music on her cooking show.
Oh, that's lit.
Yeah, like, I'm like, yo, I never heard no shit like that. I'm like,
That's tight.
we gonna work on it. We shooting in the school or something. But I never heard that. And she like, yeah, my mom don't really like that I cook because her mother want her to make money. You know what I mean?
Come on, you can make money cooking. I
Well,
hate when
100%.
parents do that,
You know
like
what I'm
shut down
saying?
kids' dreams.
So I'm
I
like,
hate
we
that.
will work it out in school. I don't care if you making microwave food. I don't care.
Yeah.
We'll work on it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But I've never had kids come to me to approve any kind of concepts. So it's strange.
That's
Even
dope.
adults. I'm just like, what? Okay.
That's
But,
dope.
Yeah.
Though. Kids are innovators, and I feel like parents and adults in general just need to allow them that creative space because that's how. Like I had a classroom of 1-year-olds, and before I started the classroom, when I was just an assistant, they used to have them just sit in front of the TV or like play with the toys, and I started making them do arts and craft, and we won. Like it was like 4th of July, and my class of 1-year-olds won against the 3-year-olds, the 4-year-olds, and the 5-year-olds because we did a flag, and I did their handprints as the thing, and the parents was like, my kid participated in that. Like kids can do things. Like TV is not it. Like I don't want the kids sitting in front of the Wiggles all day. Like that's not life.
My little sister, she in the drawing now, so she draw everybody, and she'll just hand you your
so
portrait
cute.
and go. And she's so like, she's just unbothered by people, so she'll just be like, "This is you," and walk away. like, yeah, this is you. The top, that's your braids, and walk away. And it's like, I want her to focus on that.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right,
So
right.
it's like the same way I pull it out of my sisters, I'm pulling it out of people's kids, and it's just a blessing.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, because creativity, I think, is like everything. You know what I mean? Like you need creativity in order for the world to be a better place. You know?
What you gonna be, a robot?
Right.
Yeah, well, that's what it is.
Go
Like
to
that's how most people are walking around though. When you see it, especially like in New York, you see it like
Sleeping wide awake.
they just like exactly
Yo, exactly.
same clockwork shit. They do the same shit every day. Nothing innovative. They might get a drink here and there and shit like that, but they don't do nothing for the soul. You feel what I'm saying? I think creativity is for the soul.
Yeah, feed your
You
soul.
know what I mean?
Like just create an art in all forms. Just feed the soul.
100.
Like, we need that.
Everybody's creative, but it's if you tap into it.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was a great point that you said everybody's creative because I was going to get to that point exactly like with my brand and what I want to push, especially what I even think Thank Me Later does. Like in the meantime of saying like right now you guys can listen to the show, but we do stuff for the kids. And I want to push that creativity is not just in music. It's not just in drawing. It's not just in modeling. It's not just in acting. It's literally whatever
basketball
you
in there,
want
please.
to do.
Yeah.
Sports as well.
Yeah,
But
like
I think with sports, it's kind of already set up. So a lot of people don't associate creativity with sports because there's a lot of structure to it. But we do with the arts. We think everything involving the arts, the entertainment business is steps to climbing to that, and that's how you're creative. But I don't think that's true. I literally think that because every profession, the first thing your boss tells you to do is learn the ropes and then finagle it how you do it to get your job done the fastest way, the most efficient way by the time you clock out. That's creativity. You're creating your own way of getting your job done and doing it right, following the rules, but tweaking it to where it works for you to challenge your comfortability, but also be comfortable at the same time. So I think that's very important that we let kids do what they want to do and figure out where their creativity comes from and not just implanting it in one specific pocket or subject to go for, because it's so like the industry is so oversaturated because people just only think that that's what's out there for them.
For sure.
And everybody's good at that. So I just think that's the most important thing, especially with kids, because touching the youth first is like how you get the longevity for your own brand, your own thoughts, and what you want to push.
That's why I did the business workshops for kids too, because I'm like, some of y'all gonna work. It's just what it is.
Yeah,
Some of y'all,
sure.
y'all not gonna be like, yo, I want to quit my job and create. It's not gonna work.
They're not gonna think that far in advance. So their
Yeah.
parents might get influence them here and there or whatever like that. Yeah, I agree.
Somebody gonna sit in their ear and they gonna believe them. So I do business workshops too, because it's like, if you gonna work, make it work for you.
Right,
Make
right.
sure that you work there because, you know, it's beneficial, you're happy, you can do any and everything you plan to do. It ain't got to be creative. Like, it don't have to be like pen to paper. None of it. You could be good at your job and not feel bad.
Ideas are definitely creativity. Some people thrive in just providing people ideas, opinions, suggestions on direction of where to go with their overall dreams or their business. So it starts with that. And I think kids, even with my music being like not kids boppy, but kid friendly, because children can listen to it. They don't have like explicit content, like, you know, cursing and all of that stuff. The irony.
No. You don't curse, but it be explicit. Like, yeah. My kids like your songs, but it's certain songs. Like, I can't play, what is it, Dope? I can't play that song.
Oh, Dope D.
I can't play that song for my kids.
Dope D sounds.
You know what I'm saying?
Sounds crazy.
I just got interested right off rip.
Damn, my
Like,
kids be like, yo, Coach Lee,
crazy.
play that Dope D.
So,
I'm good.
Featuring Megan Stallion.
Wait, is it the word like dope dick or it's just like dope?
It's definitely dope dick.
If it's
It's
dope
definitely
dick,
dope
you
dick.
can't play that for children.
It's definitely dope dick.
You can't play for
I
children.
already
That's crazy.
automatically I thought dope dick.
Of course. What else?
Yeah,
what else
exactly.
is
So
dope
I'm
dick?
like,
What
is
else
it the
is
word
dope
out?
dick?
What
Or
else
you
is
just
it?
keeping it
word,
PG?
but that's what the song is.
Okay.
It's not
Full
dope.
D, but
Yo,
it's
send me that
definitely
link. Let me
represent.
It's not dope.
Let me see if I can relate. Let me send me the link.
That's crazy.
Son.
Featuring Megan Stallion or not? Like, what's happening?
You have a point there.
Yeah. They like your songs, but I make sure I steer them in certain directions.
So I'll say most of my music, and I'll say my music that I'm doing now
Okay.
is a little bit more easy on the ears for kids, and it wasn't on purpose. I didn't say, okay, well, let me make sure I don't have no curses in this. It happened that way.
Okay.
So because it happened that way, I realized that market, that audience is huge because kids grow and they'll take your music with you forever. I know when I was a kid, my parents' music, that's why I know Biggie and Tupac and Wu-Tang and all of those songs word for word, because my parents plugged it into me when I was younger, and I was able to carry that with me into my adult years. So I think that's the biggest market for longevity in the business that I'm trying to get into.
That's so true. My little cousin had hit me up and was like, yo, the girl on your show, she sing? I'm like, yeah. She sound like this girl, and I'm not sure it's her. I'm like, you just don't listen, huh? Like, cause she say her name, and she like, but what if they two different people? She sends me a link, it's her song.
Oh,
Song came out years ago. I'm like, you still listen to it? She like, all the time.
Wow.
That's crazy.
I'm like, yeah, that's wild.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah, like she was listening to Off My Mind. So I'm like, that song came out, what?
3 years ago.
3 years ago.
3
She
years
telling me
this
this year, I'm still bumping that.
Oh,
That's
that's
crazy.
lit.
Yeah.
That's lit.
That's crazy. How long you been singing?
I've been singing my whole life. I want to say the first time I got on stage was when I was 7. My second grade teacher, she made me get on the stage in this play. She was like, she heard me singing in class one day, and she was like, nope, you singing Wind Beneath My Wings in the show. And I did it. I literally didn't think twice about it. I'm trying to like really focus back on the moment, and I don't think I objected at all.
Right.
But I do know that sometimes I have a challenge with being in the spotlight, even though my whole life is dedicated towards like my life being in the limelight. So I say I've always been uncomfortable, like forever, and challenging my uncomfortability. So now it's like easy for me to just do it, and it feels comfortable. But then I'll have moments where I'm like, nah, I really hate the spotlight. Leave me alone. But I've been singing my whole life. I've been a stage singer, so that's even been a challenge, because you go from like your voice being so wide and like open and trying to reach the back room to like downsizing to just the mic and like trying to close it in and get people to listen to you and not feel overwhelmed with their headphones in their ears, and just having the right producers and stuff make my tracks. So it's been a long road, but recording wise, been like for the past like 6 years.
6 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you write your own music too?
Yeah.
That's
I've
lit.
literally had one song that was put out. They wrote the hook for me. This track that I actually put on my first project, it wasn't mine, but I got clearance to put it on my project because I was on it, and I loved the song so much. But somebody else wrote another hook that I sang too, but that song wasn't out. But I write everything.
You be going in the studio playing songs like 30 beats and she'll just sit there, just write.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's dope.
But I
dope.
want writers. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No, I don't think nothing wrong with that
sure
either.
not.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't think nothing was wrong with that.
Especially in
either.
R&B though. Like R&B.
R&B, you need that for sure.
Help
All the
me
greatest,
out. Help
all the
us
greatest
just-
R&B
You
artists.
need like different experiences in one
Yeah.
room to put something
100.
together. That'd be
Yeah,
great.
it's not like
So
rap.
something you
like,
could-
it's,
yeah.
it's different.
Something you can relate to, like, oh, yo, I went through that too. Like, let's like sit down, let's write together.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like, R&B is like one of those genres that you need like multiple heads in the room. I feel even hip hop though too. Like when it comes like to that creativity and production and
To a certain extent.
well, not like writing, but like
Yeah,
just to
like-
have like different perspectives. Period.
Sure.
I think in music you need different perspectives
Definitely.
on like if this shit hot or not. You know what I mean?
I'm still up in the air about how I feel about like hardcore rappers pushing themselves, and they got writers. I don't know how I feel.
Like what? Like who?
Like I don't know how I don't know how I feel about the whole Cardi situation. I don't know how I feel because like I fuck with her, but like is she a rapper or is she a spoken word artist?
I
Talk
mean,
about
but
it.
like with Cardi though, I'm fine because she's
not really a rapper.
She's been open to say like she has writers. This is not really
I
like
respect that.
you know what I'm saying.
have no
Are
choice
you
but
a
to.
I don't. I stop hating. Like I don't.
Now I'm hating.
I
Lee
don't-
just said it,
No,
and
no,
you
no,
said
no,
nothing.
but
I
yeah,
said she
but
have no
no,
choice, and you
never-
calling me.
we don't
a
know-
hater.
we don't know her
Cállate,
history.
por favor.
She
I
didn't
can
say
say
what
what
I
I
want.
want.
She didn't say what you
And she
said.
go with the
She didn't
Spanish
say what you said.
We don't know her history. You know what I'm saying with Cardi B? We know your history.
What's
where
my
it come
history?
from.
That I just don't
You
like her music.
you
I don't
like
fuck with
Shorty
it.
at all.
Why you
You
gotta-
don't like
why
Shorty
you
at all.
gotta-
I don't like.
I like her music.
I just like stuff with substance, and that's just not it for me. You
Understood.
get what I'm saying? They don't understand that.
I understand that, but I like Cardi and her music. I like Cardi as a personality from what I've seen. I like her music. I like what I'm hearing. I just don't know how I'm supposed to feel. I still haven't felt my way through that because you're a rapper. You know what I'm saying? You spitting it real rap raw, right?
Yeah, right.
But you're not writing it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I agree. Listen, I agree with you 100%, and that's why I don't think she should be like getting the accolades.
Didn't
that
she
she's
get
been
an
getting.
award?
She got like a Grammy, right? She got like several
She has a
Grammys.
Grammy.
She got a
also,
Grammy for her album.
For
But she
her
has
album.
something
best-
for writing.
Yeah, she got like the best songwriter of the year.
Which
How?
was
I don't
absurd.
understand.
Blasphemy.
That's ridiculous.
Absurd.
It's
Blasphemy.
ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying.
And there's people out there really trying.
It's
And
ridiculous.
homegirl, just because she a face, she get up there and win an award.
Exactly. Like when it comes to like that popularity shit,
Yeah, that
I
was-
don't like.
that
That's
was
the
nasty.
thing about
Yeah,
it. That's the thing
neither.
about
Yeah.
it. Huh?
That's nuts.
Neither.
Yeah.
And it goes from a scale from like indie to all the way like signed, sealed, delivered artists. It is a popularity contest a lot,
That's
and
stupid.
we as artists have to kind of break some curses that have been dropped on music. But I do think like writers write for artists specifically. Like I watch certain people that I work with or want to work with on the indie platform that reach out and say, hey, like I need a song for Cardi, like beats for Cardi. Like people are listening to what she sounds like, listening to what type of music flows with her, and then creating for her.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily that somebody has a project and she's like, "Oh, I want that.
Yeah.
I want
Right.
to manifest that." It's being created for her because they know what she brings to the table.
I have
so
no problem.
I have mixed feelings about it. I'm from the Bronx, so you know I'm gonna support my
Oh,
Bronx
yeah.
queen. I can't. But
I can't.
I fuck with her though. Lil Yachty wrote "Real Ass Bitch."
Yeah.
Give a fuck about a nigga.
Yep.
He wrote that.
But the problem with that, even I think, and that's a huge thing, like what's going on right now, the lyrics don't always match what the person behind the lyrics is actually doing. So I have an issue with the fact that I think my biggest issue is what people are talking about is not really what they're doing in their life.
So when you sat down and recorded Dope D, what was happening?
Hey,
Hey.
she's getting some dope D.
So now that you brought it up, because I didn't even get to say it.
Hello. The energy.
Hello.
Dope D was on my last project that I dropped
Yeah.
Wednesday, and it
My
was
first skit that people can hear on a song. Yeah. Let's talk about it, please.
It was a extension of my freestyles that I would do every Wednesday on Noelle Kay Wednesdays on IG, and I made them into like full songs, and then I dropped the project. So my freestyles, people would hit me up and be like, "Yo, I really relate to that. You spoke my life." It was never really like my songs that like I really put together and stuff. It was always stuff I came up with that was really from my heart.
So you was talking to somebody who was getting Dope D. I want to know. Like I want to know.
Oh shit! So it wasn't even your
Yo,
experience.
she was-
Wait, you wasn't getting the dope D?
I'll be honest.
Oh
All
my
my
God.
freestyles are real life things that I've gone through.
So just
okay.
getting that dope D at one
So at
point.
one
Everything
At one
I'd
point.
say is not. It may not
At
be
what point?
specific to detail, but they're definitely a reflection of things that I've actually been through.
So it was mediocre and you made it dope.
Exactly. At the
Right.
time, it was average.
Right.
Nobody would say average, D. You gotta take it dope.
I'm just saying, like, I might have said,
Sometimes
you
you
know,
might
I
give
crawled
average
through the
D.
window,
Yeah, we
but
don't
I
talk
really
about it.
didn't.
Oh,
I went
heard
through the
you.
side door. You feel me? Like, stuff like that.
You can't make an
So
average D. song.
it was right.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't
Hold
put
on,
all that
more
feeling
relatable
into
though.
Dope D, and I really
Might be
wasn't
more
getting
relatable to women.
you
Like,
know,
might get more average D than
You know what I'm saying? I think
dope.
average D would
I think average D. Average D would have hit.
Because I think more girls could relate to that. Not all
Exactly.
girls get dope
Yeah,
D.
they don't get dope D.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm
They don't
saying?
get dope
They
D.
get
Studies have
mediocre
shown.
D.
That's
But
fact.
see, I could make a
I'm
song
right here.
about that too. So you feel me? Like,
Yeah.
I'm the study.
For mediocre D?
No, we talked about that. Sometimes you give mediocre dick.
Open about it.
You can't just give dope dick to everybody. That's just
also,
insane.
that's a thing. So it's like,
Oh, no, it's
y'all
a fact.
could give out mediocre D to a girl and then give another girl dope D. But like, what
100.
impression did you leave? The other girl who got the mediocre D is going like,
She
talk
already in a
about-
group chat.
Yeah, she gonna talk about
It
the
is what it
mediocre
is.
D.
I'm not
So you
concerned.
right.
It is
Nah,
what
I
it
think
is.
that's
I'm
selfish
not-
as
I'm
fuck
not-
to
It
get
is what it is.
Very
mediocre
selfish.
D.
It
The
is
fuck
what
out
it
of
is.
here.
I'm not concerned.
That shit is mediocre. That shit is so selfish.
I'm really a troublemaker. and I love
deed
it.
is
It's
done.
not even. It's not even mediocre. You might just give average, but then like you know what I mean. You
No
can't
girl
just
want
give-
no average ass
You
D.
can't give great to everybody.
But average ass D, I'm not coming back.
Wait, but
I would have to play with myself before
we
I
don't
come
want you
back
to.
for that.
Come back. That's not what we want you to. We gave you average for a reason.
So what's the point of even doing it? I'm so
Right.
confused.
And
What's
that's
the point of
problem.
Just to stick your dick in there?
Right. That's the
That's
problem.
trash.
You don't know what it took homegirl to come over and
Clearly,
get all
Uber and all that
ready
to come get some average
First of all,
ass
let's
D.
be
You
honest. Though,
definitely
most
in
of
the
y'all
group
just lay
chat.
down though. Like they just lay down in there.
Nah, I don't
really
know.
put that
Never
work.
experienced that in my.
About,
Never mind. I usually don't experience that.
What are you?
She just get
What are we
y'all be
doing?
just chilling. Y'all be chilling. Y'all be, how y'all know y'all don't give average pussy?
Nah,
Well,
I know I don't
very
give average
true.
pussy.
Wait.
Let's
Wait,
talk about it. Come on,
wait,
Let's talk about it.
wait,
Let's talk
wait.
about it.
I
Y'all
know
be trying to
I
give an
don't
average
give
pussy.
Let's talk about it.
Y'all are giving something. So it's like,
We give
y'all
it-
should be doing most of the work.
Nah, I don't agree.
myself too, though.
No.
Oh, she like,
I don't agree.
I don't.
Come on, Queen, what just happened?
She just let the whole community down. Fuck
I'm
that.
not saying that I personally.
Can't go to songwriting shit again.
that's
Shit
what I said.
other people experience.
Hot girl summer.
That's what
is
a hot girl summer ain't shit.
trash.
Well, listen,
I think
I
you're on the
got a
same page.
song. I got a song for everything.
Damn, nah, sis, we don't just lay down.
Totally,
That's
totally,
that
yeah.
don't.
Totally,
That's
yeah.
lazy pussy.
That's
I've
the
never
stage.
lazy.
That's
pussy.
where you perform.
But
Yeah.
they could.
Right. I
but
put my
they
best
should
work. Like I'm
be
got the camera on me
doing
at all
the
times.
most work.
But
Yeah, but like I agree with that. I agree with that. Men should be doing the most work, right? We do anyways. Let's just be honest, right?
nah,
That's
that's
not
not
true.
true. That's a
That's not
fucking
true.
lie.
That's not true.
See.
You can.
That's not true. No, I can't.
That's a lie, boy. No, y'all don't.
Don't leave my side. Don't leave my side.
Nah, if we gonna keep it a buck, if anybody's just laying down, it's the nigga.
What? Nah, I'll disagree.
What?
I disagree with that.
What?
Maybe mediocre dick over here.
Wait.
But nah.
Wait, maybe. You just spoiling niggas.
Maybe that's maybe the
spoiling
goddamn thing. Because if I'm out here giving out A1 and you giving me mediocre and average,
Thanks.
It happens.
nah, that ain't okay.
But see, it happens for men. But if you flip this and a
Okay.
girl just deliver average pussy, is that fine too?
Look,
What's average pussy?
I feel like average. I feel like women just give average because they just lay there. Like you know what I mean? If you're not really riding, you know what I'm saying? I think or like really putting in work, tossing it back and shit like that. That's some shit. You know what I mean? That's a different level of.
My cookie's
Nah,
supposed to
Preach,
stand
King.
on just
no,
being a cookie.
No.
no, Queen, what just happened? We was
That makes
just,
me sick.
we was just,
Every time she get on the
yeah, we
That
was
makes me
just,
sick.
wait,
Why can't I say that but still say that I deliver?
no, those two don't add
That's not how
up.
that works.
No, girl.
You allowing
Yo,
your
we gonna have
nana
to
just to be
conversate on
her.
this side before you get
That's
to say
not how
your
that
answer.
works.
You
She
be talking
allowing-
for the queens on this.
She
Wait,
allowing her
though.
nana just to
ain't-
do all the work.
That ain't
Wait.
That ain't it.
Wait, let her
No,
explain.
no.
Maybe
crazy.
if she explain it.
Let me
I'm
do that.
saying though,
cross
like
your legs
the
when you
cookie
listen.
should stand on its own, especially you feel me. Like when you go right inside the first, it should just stand on its own, right?
Okay.
But then what you add to it, it's like making a salad, you got to add toppings, or ice cream, making a sundae, you got to add toppings, and that's all the plus. Like sometimes you just want the ice cream, but then sometimes you want
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Sunday.
I see what
I
you're
heard
saying.
you. Okay,
I see what you're
sis.
saying.
I got you.
Yeah, of course.
Okay,
That's what I'm
Because
saying.
be real,
She cleaned that
some
up. She cleaned
women,
that
up.
some
I
women,
like
once
that.
you
She has a clean up. I
once
like it.
you
I like it.
enter inside, it's not always cracking.
Talk about
when
it,
you
sis.
first go in.
100%.
Like
Yeah.
sometimes you don't feel a thing.
100%
Sometimes
big
you
facts.
you have to put in the work to even get a feeling.
But if you
So-
want to go on a deeper level, though, the reason why you probably don't feel a thing is because mentally y'all not there.
Yep. I
Very
was going to
true.
say
You know
that.
what
If
I'm
you're not
saying?
really
Very
into
true.
that person, you ain't feeling shit.
If you,
I don't care how big it is, how thick it is. You ain't feeling nothing if you ain't into that dude.
yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
It is a very
And I feel like-
spiritual connection.
And even past that, like I feel like for the enjoyable part, like if you really into that person, then you're gonna pull out all the stops because it's just like I'm enjoying this shit. So I'm just
exactly.
gonna
So
pull out
guys will
everything.
do the same thing too. Don't sit here. Guys ain't gonna just give a regular woman that they just probably met not too long ago beyond dick. That's just
Why not? You want to come back?
No, that's just critical. You can't just do that. That's just critical.
But if I just meet a guy and I'm feeling him, we talking,
you know
and then
what I'm saying,
nah, that's trash.
My niggas
If
feel
I'm
me out
talking
here,
to
so
a
come on,
dude,
man.
if I'm talking to a dude,
me up,
right,
man.
and we talking all the the cute little messages, and it finally get down to, and that's what
Nah,
I get.
boy, couple
Never
of
calling
months,
you, bro, and
couple of
I'm
months.
blocking your
That's
Instagram. and you're
average, but
playing me like
average.
that.
Now you
For real.
blocking.
No,
It's
serious.
not mediocre. Average.
Blocking your ass.
Never
for that.
speaking
Average.
again.
I'm dead losing your
But
number.
average-
You gonna text him and be like, "Who's this?"
But average.
Yes, average.
Whole
If we
time I know
talking,
who it is.
yeah, like if we talking spicy, and it's like we feeling each other and lead up to that point, and then it's like,
Niggas always talk
this is
spicy,
it.
but
That's
never
what-
really.
But then you
That's
get
the problem.
But then you get it, and you like
Spicy.
all that shit you was talking. This is it. Blocking you. Get the
let's be
fuck
honest.
out of here.
Girls talk spicy
You're not
too.
even cute to me no more.
Girls
What you
talk
do?
spicy.
Yeah, I've
Women
had
do talk
that.
I'm
spicy.
so
Women talk
unattractive.
spicy.
Dead ugly now.
Yeah, like you mad ugly, boy.
All right, so
Like, I'm
hold
not
on.
fucking
How
with
would you
no more.
feel though, right? If woman, because women do talk spicy as well. Y'all talking spicy, and it gets to that time, and y'all don't perform.
Nah, I can't talk for all women because whatever I talk, I back up.
do-
That's a
do-
fact. I ain't gonna say it if I can't do it.
Nah, I've had that.
I ain't gonna do that. I'm not gonna talk about it.
I've had.
Let's have real conversation. I'm not gonna talk about something I know I'm not willing to do or I cannot do. So I'm not talking all
I'm
that
not
shit.
gonna lie. I've said a few things, and then we get there, and I realize I can't do that with you.
It's just a fact.
What is it? Because you're not
That's a fact.
feeling her like that, or like
Yo, like I ain't feeling you no more. Like
Right.
I can't feel this.
But
This
see,
is
that's a
horrible.
different
Like,
thing, though. But that's
How's that a different thing? I talk. We talking spicy. You know what I mean? Yo, I'm about to devour whatever. I get there. I don't want to devour.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
But what would
Vibes
change
is
your
off.
mind? Like what
I
would
just
make
don't
you?
want to do it. I'm saying,
person.
or the person, like, I'm like,
For me, it wasn't like a
right
mood
vibe.
thing. It was just like, yo, the more you talk, boy, the more you talk.
right.
My Uber's downstairs now because you said a lot.
Unlock your door.
Yeah, I
Right.
get
Downstairs.
it.
To a
I
certain
definitely get
extent,
it.
though, I do agree with you that you don't give it all. Like there's
Not the
some
first time.
tricks. Yeah, there's some tricks that like you gotta hold on to for like special moments.
Yeah.
You know, maybe when you
Nah,
get to the
can't get
vacation.
A1
all
no
the first time.
Can't get the
Can't
You
A1
get
no
to the
first
I
time.
get what
vacation,
you're
you
saying.
get to the
That's crazy.
Kelly
We
nights.
talked about
You
that.
feel
Yeah.
me? The
But
lit
now I get
nights.
what she's saying.
You're
When you
not
say something,
lit.
don't understand.
When you first,
Most times you're not
yo,
lit. Or
y'all
maybe
be
you
on
could
me
be.
for what? What happened though?
Nah, because we just said the same
Don't
thing.
do that.
But I'm not. She's not saying she's giving average or rip. She's saying she's not pulling out all the stops.
Right.
That's what
That's-
she's
but
saying.
that's-
No, y'all said average, boy. Y'all said mediocre.
No.
Y'all didn't say good dick to great dick. Y'all said mediocre.
Y'all said
average.
mediocre.
Stop it, boy.
Y'all didn't say all the
Average
tricks.
means good though, nah.
No.
No, it
average
means
is
average.
good.
If you eat a burger and it's average, that don't mean it's good.
Right.
It's all right. It's all right. It's good.
Even in the grading system, you have
disagree.
average, good, great.
Oh,
Excellent. It
I
goes-
thought average was in the good.
No.
I thought average was
Oh.
good.
Nah, yeah.
Average is passing.
If y'all
Average is-
average is
Average
65.
Average is
That's a 65, but that's just past it, my guy.
That's fine.
But it's passing. But that don't mean you necessarily getting a callback.
why we
You're
can't get that
definitely
callback?
on the fine
Right.
line of like
Y'all
never
crazy.
getting spoken
Nah,
to ever
she's
again.
right.
crazy.
Average is a
Seriously.
65.
Yeah, that's a 65. That means you just made it.
How we just
Yeah.
made it?
Just made it.
But like-
Good is like 75.
but if you
That's a
had-
fact. And
but-
sometimes
It's
even
like
ain't
a-
good.
you might not get a
85.
call.
But if we hit mentally though, you feel what I'm saying? Then you gonna hit me back. Nah, you
Nah,
gonna hit me back?
nah.
Even if I get
nah,
that
'cause
average.
sex is a big part
Nigga
for me.
said
Ain't
I
no-
mentally
makes you
got your ass.
Yeah, fuck out of here. I don't care if we could read each other's minds and we on the intellectual. If that part is trash, sorry, son. I'm gonna have to find somebody else that reach me. I'm gonna have to find me somebody else. We could be cool though.
It
We
really
could continue to
depends
have
How
these
many men is
conversations.
losing
Your
because of this?
sexual
Yo.
drive too. Like I have to agree with Taja on that part.
And if y'all sex energy is not matching, like if my drive is up here and yours is down here, that's not going to work. Because if I want it more than once a day or more than twice a week or whatever the case may be, and you just like, I'm cool with one, then what the fuck?
That was a real thing. Like my ex literally, we had a conversation on the phone just for like closure. And we talked about the fact that our sex drives were a huge thing in the relationship. Mine was super high, his was super low.
Yeah, hit me with the numbers, like 90, 90, 60? Like you was at a 90, he was at a 60?
Like a 80, 30.
Damn.
No, 70-30.
You had a lot of toys,
70-30.
70,
Not
30?
even.
Shower head?
It was like a
70-30.
Like it was. It's not, and it didn't start that way.
I don't see no problem with it.
It started
not-
at
it's
like
not great. I don't
see
it
no
started
problem
at
with
a
70-30 is not
50-50.
great.
I ain't see no problem with it. I'm not going to lie.
See,
I'm-
now I could tell how you deliver.
That was uncalled for. That was uncalled for.
What she said? You gonna tell the truth, all of the truth?
No. That was uncalled for.
I'm sorry.
That was
I'm sorry, but or what you accept.
No,
I
like-
can't even say that because see what you deliver, but I can see what you would accept because that's
Sister, you don't have to have
70-30
sex-
is beastie.
Sex is not that important. Sex is not that important to me, honestly.
and that's where we do.
No. Hold on. No, sex is important, but it's not like the main drive into a relationship. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like if you put everything into physical, then you won't last.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
just a fact.
absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like the way y'all talking is that everything is in physical.
Nah, that's
no.
not
You know
what
what I'm
I said.
saying?
I'm just talking about the acting
No.
itself.
Like,
Like,
yo,
it gotta
when
be
the
good.
Sex gotta be great, period. Yes, I agree. But like, I just don't think you should be fucking all day, every day just to do it. Like, it's just not.
It's not just to do it if y'all feeling each other.
Nah, like,
I don't think
I
you should
feel-
do that every day, but once in a while you should just be fucking.
Oh, 100%. Once in a while,
right?
100%.
Shit,
For
the
sure.
fuck?
Sure, you just-
Every
yeah, for
day
sure.
for fun.
She said every day for fun. Nah, I get it.
You
Nah.
gotta go find something to do.
Like, come on.
Yeah, you gotta find something to do. We don't got that time.
We got other stuff we could do, but it's just that time when you want that. Come on.
Yeah, like what's that?
Twice out the month or something. Once or twice out the month. Y'all can just fuck all day. Other than
Twice out of the month. So that's what you saying.
that,
Twice out the month.
where you take a whole
you
day
take a whole
to just
day.
be.
Now I'm not just taking my whole day just to fuck you because I got
Nobody-
other shit I want to do.
Okay.
But at least give me 4 to 5 times out 7 days.
7
Keep me
days.
satisfied.
4 out of
Keep me
7.
4 to 5. I won't be greedy. I say 4, but we got to do a couple of rounds in one day for one of those days, and I'm good.
Okay.
Other days I got my toys and shower head. I don't really care. Go ahead, do what you got to
That's
do.
nuts.
But you got to keep it. And
Oh.
the thing is, we could be all connected on all these other levels, but I have to be satisfied at the end of the day too. Like my
And
body
that's a
yearns certain
connection.
things, right?
It is
Somebody
a connection.
sharing your bodies is also a way of sharing everything.
100%. I agree.
That is your most vulnerable
Of course.
state, to be naked and
Mm-hmm.
sharing your body with someone. That is a huge thing. And I think people say, oh, sex isn't everything, but it's the main reason why we even exist.
Exactly,
Yeah.
but
Like-
then I feel like we put too much emphasis on that. Like we have to like realize that sex is to like for it's for a purpose. You feel what I'm saying? Like when you just fucking just to be fucking, it's just like, what is this really? You know what I mean? And then it just feels like, okay, we fucking
Yeah,
we
you
fucking
wasting
we
energy.
wasting
I
energy.
I think that's
Absolutely.
why I've had bad experiences because especially as a lesbian, I can't just be sticking it everywhere.
Right,
You know?
right.
So it's like I ain't gonna lie, I really don't want nothing with you. And
Yeah,
and
exactly.
you just keep talking, and now I have to just get an Uber.
Exactly.
Damn.
100.
Bad.
right.
It's like that though.
That's
It's
right.
like that.
Do you guys believe sex can be a love language, though? A way to speak, like, or communicate with someone?
Yes, I do.
That's deep. Yo, what's your zodiac sign? I'm curious.
Aquarius.
Okay, I thought it was Scorpio. The way you.
My mother's a Scorpio, so,
Okay.
you know, it's a little bit in there.
Oh, okay.
It's a little bit in there. But
I've heard that sex is a love language for me, but I don't know.
I think so.
What
You've
you
heard
what you
'cause I
what you
told
mean by
you.
that? What you mean by that?
I don't.
Because you know there's certain love languages. Like one love language is like gift giving. Like that's how I show my love for you.
Oh, yeah,
Another
yeah.
love language is
At words
That's
of
mine, that's mine.
affirmation,
Yeah,
like
like-
reassurance.
right.
Physical
That's
touch.
another
Physical
love
touch.
language. So
Oh,
you have
yeah,
to
yeah.
learn each other love languages for a relationship to work, and if that comes with communication too, and just learning your person. But I do feel like sex is a form of love language. To
That
me.
ring is fire.
Yeah, it is.
Thank you.
They all fire.
They all fire,
Yeah, yeah.
actually.
Nah, I think I don't know.
don't know
Is
what
sex
my
a
love
love?
language is,
My
bro.
love language is Cash App. Zelle, actually.
Wow.
Zelle.
Heard
Zelle.
you.
Making that money.
Like, yeah, because I don't know. Words of affirmation are big for me.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Physical touch. It's nothing like when you really feeling shorty and she
yeah.
lay her hand on your face.
yeah,
Right.
I'm in there every time.
That's it. Yeah.
Like,
100.
you know what? Now that I'm looking back, yeah, sex is definitely it's something.
It's something, yeah.
It's something.
Something.
Right, because it's a spiritual transfer. That's why you have to be. I'm not saying just go out there fucking niggas willy nilly. I'm just saying when you with that person and y'all just on those type of vibes, like that can be a love language. Because I'm just, and honestly, that's like the purest form of like I'm giving you all of me, you giving me all of you, and I'm actually allowing you to enter me. You get what I'm saying? So we just transferring all this energy. Like it is a beautiful thing. So I really feel like that is a love language, to be honest.
While you on that though, you gotta let the people know. Be safe, y'all in here. Y'all,
Yes,
y'all exchanging
wrap it
energy
up.
with a lot of demons. You gotta
Yeah, and
relax.
be careful who you just
100%
opening
on
your
that
legs
one.
to. Yeah.
100% on that one.
Yeah.
It's the same way you could have sex, and it could be like an unlocking of enlightenment. It could be an unlocking of evil too. Easy.
You can't
Yeah,
speak that shit. That's
I've
real.
seen that.
That's real.
I experienced that.
That's why y'all
so I
can't
know.
be
You
out
gotta
here
be safe.
fucking.
I've seen it.
Can't be out here
Exactly.
fucking.
Right.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. And even if you with somebody for a minute, you just can't. It's still not that valid. I think it's still best to just like learn someone mentally rather than physically. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like that shit carries you mentally and spiritually. That shit will carry you like forever. Like if you really want to be in a relationship, a stable one, because y'all can't fuck forever. You know what I mean? When y'all get to that age when your shit don't live and her shit dry up, it's a wrap. It's gonna happen,
What
bro.
do you
feel what I'm
have
saying?
left? Yeah, what do you have left?
Yeah, exactly. What do you have left?
No,
And it's
I
like
agree.
unhappiness.
100%.
Yeah, build y'all foundations.
Build that
Yeah.
foundation.
Be friends
Exactly. It
and
take
shit.
time.
And that shit, people be telling me that shit sound whack. Like what I'm wasting my time being her friend for, and I know I want her.
Nah.
Be that girlfriend.
You gotta make sure you really want
Be
that
that
person.
girlfriend.
You have
Like,
to like your partner.
Yeah.
I've really
That's a
been in
big fact.
situations where it's like I ain't gonna lie, we really don't like each other.
Mm-hmm.
We really just like the sex.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm
Or
saying.
the potential of who
That person
we
can
can
be.
be.
But some people
who we
sit-
want to be.
They sit right below what they could be for all of their lives. So
Right,
like
right.
I'm no longer making exchanges off of potential.
Yeah.
I need to see
And
something.
we
100%
all
feel you.
do it.
I need to see
It's
something.
literally like an infestation of like how we communicate with each other. It's literally what we think. Our mind is so powerful. It's insane how we can literally create versions of life with people, and the moment's not even here. Like it's so hard to live in now moment, and that's even in sex. Like people ask you all the time, like when you're like in that moment of sharing your most vulnerable self, like are you there? Are you really in that moment? Exchanging and enjoying yourself or creating.
Right.
So-
Exactly.
I'm absolutely not. I'm like, damn, we're gonna have to find a donor or something. Yeah, I'm trying to be trapped. So I need to work on being more present.
So your mom be going while you
Going. When it's good, forget it. You can have whatever. And I be just so tight because when the moment is done, remember you had said, no, I don't. I don't. I don't
Oh,
remember.
so you be lying.
That's not true. I don't be lying. I don't be lying, but I be very resistant.
See, that's
the
even
shit I
that's
said.
even a deeper shit though. You feel what I'm saying? Like after you get yours, and then you like sit aside, like, damn, I kind of don't want to be around you right now. And I thought that's what you mean, right?
I wasn't going there, but I've been there. But
Oh,
that
okay.
was the person who we really didn't like each other.
Exactly.
So it was like, yo, during sex though, this shit was
It's
amazing.
amazing,
Yeah.
right?
Amazing. Like, yeah, you
Yeah.
want to be with me? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
All the time. I don't.
I've had
I don't.
friends
And then y'all stop doing that.
situations
Just like, what the
that.
fuck?
Yeah.
What are you here for?
When are you leaving?
Yeah,
Like,
like, I gotta go.
reset.
Or
Yeah.
even the guys telling her like, yeah, I just said that during sex. And then
oh
it's
no,
like,
I've never. Oh,
what?
Now you
Don't
can't
tell
just
no
say-
lies
No.
during sex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah,
tell no
I'd
lies.
rather
Just
you not say
ignore
nothing
the
at all.
question.
Do it though,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
when the heat of the moment come and they like, well, you just said this to me while we were making love.
That's
Yeah,
a form.
nah.
That's a form.
Like I just said it.
That's
in
a
the
form of
moment.
manipulation.
It
That's a
is.
form of
That's a fact.
manipulation. You know how many
Definitely.
people are having sex and during sex they like, yo, you know I'm never gonna leave you, right? You're never gonna
Ooh,
leave me.
favorite line, yep.
As soon as they done, it's like, yo, but you cheating. It's like I don't want to be with you. Like
Yeah.
I had someone ignore certain questions during sex, and I thought that was the most amazing thing because it was like I wasn't there yet emotionally to where I could separate, and she could, and it was beautiful because it was like I don't really want that life with you. You don't either. So this is perfect.
Yeah.
But before her, prior to that, it was like we would argue, and I don't want to be with you. And during sex, you know I want to be with you, right? And now we stuck.
Yep.
Yeah.
Once I
Off
saw
of
somebody
fake
do
promises.
that,
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yep.
oh, nah, this is fire. I got to do that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not promising you nothing
Yeah.
unless I mean that shit.
I watched this movie called You. I don't know if you guys ever seen it on Netflix.
It's a series, ain't it?
Yeah, it's a
They tried to
series.
set it up like a series. It's a movie. It's dead a movie.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's with Joe?
Wait,
Yeah.
what is that?
Yeah.
With the stalker Joe.
Yeah, the
Yes.
stalker.
Joe,
Yes,
yeah.
yes, yes,
Oh,
yes.
the guy. The
Episodes?
guy.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a whole series.
Oh,
That's my
Gosh.
I loved it.
That was great.
It was awesome. And the biggest lesson I think that they pulled at the end of it all, when shit was hitting the fan for Shorty locked in the room, was what I think she was reading, and it was like, do you love both of him? Like, do you love both people? The evil monster you find him to be when you're putting all the pieces together, and then the person that's so in love with you and wants to give you the world and is doing all of this for the love of you. Do you love and do you like both people? And I think that was a huge lesson, because it goes to show, like, when you're in the heat of the moment of arguing and like you're mad at somebody, and then when everything is like amazing and you're getting all your flowers and gifts and love, and it's just it's just so everything. Those are the two different people. You too, like, you're the two different people in those moments too. And does your partner like both? And when you hear the I don't want to be with you, and just, running away from the situation when everything is, in turmoil, it shows you, like, they don't. Like, and that's a person that doesn't really like you. They may love you. Right. They may love who you are, but it's more than love. Like, you have to actually like who you are around.
And I feel like it comes with acceptance. Like, you have to accept all of that person. Not just the parts you like about the person, but, like, literally the whole person. And you have to be willing to grow with that person to get to that point. Like, stop pushing the person to be who you want them to be at that moment. We just allow them to have their flaws and work through their flaws, because that is true. You do have to love the good and the bad, and that's how you determine if you really is for that person, or if you just love the idea of the person. Like, on your good side, you're everything that I want, because we this and we get along and we this and everything just feel perfect. You're my best friend. And then when the flaws start coming out, it's like, I don't like this part about you. I need you to change that. And it's just like, how can I just change that if that's me?
If you love someone, if you love them enough to let them be themselves, something is there. Yeah, something is there, because it's like I've loved women who, in loving me back, me being myself, they've realized, like, I don't know that I feel the same way. And I've been in a position where I'm like, damn, that's you? I don't really like that girl. But the girl that I saw the parts that I wanted in a person, I love her. Yeah. So it's like, you got to love someone enough to let them be who they are, where they are too. Like, not where they can go, not where you guys can go together.
Don't fall in love with the potential.
Yeah.
I feel like we do that a lot of times. Yeah.
And it's natural, though, because it's like most of us come from backgrounds where it's like we were lacking something. It's like, we promised ourselves we going to go get that. Yeah. So it's like we see that with that person. Love them where they at.
Or we settled, and then that's a thing. Like, a lot of our parents or like grandparents, they stayed in relationships and they settled, and then you see the arguments and the toxic relationships growing up, and you're like, nah, I don't want this. And then you realize that they just didn't like each other. You can choose, and you have a choice to, like, figure it out and give yourself better. And I even told Lee the other day, it wasn't even a personal conversation, but it was about business, I think. And I said, you're gonna have flaws. Like, they ain't going nowhere. It's a part of your makeup. The things that may irritate people, may irritate yourself about you. You're gonna have them. They're not really gonna go away, but you can manifest constantly working at them in a positive way, or trying to suppress negative outcomes that come from them, or avoiding them, just by application of what you're learning and growing with. But your actual flaws, like me being dramatic, me being like I dismiss myself. Like, I don't think that'll ever turn off. I will just try to not do it in the spaces that I shouldn't do it. Some people will need me to be like... But that's not
suppression. Suppression isn't always amazing. I've suppressed. And as an adult, I don't want anyone to suppress. That shit
maybe
ain't
I
good.
used the wrong word.
Yeah, I think more of handling and actually healing or learning, unlearning and then relearning something. Suppression, no. But what you said was amazing, though, because it was like, I may not ever lose these flaws, but they won't beat me more than I beat them.
Exactly.
Because we'll keep the good, but then it's like, well, then what's bad? And that's a challenge, too, because I've been facing recently, or learning recently, and like, people who are super into chakras and stuff like that, about good and bad. It doesn't exist. Like, it's to just be. So you want to move in righteousness, and you kind of want to separate from labeling things. We label a lot. We put a label over everything, and it's like, who made this shit up? Like, where did it come from?
You need the balance of what's good,
Right.
quote unquote, and what's bad. You need that.
Yeah.
You need that. But we're taught to, like, you need the good.
Yeah.
Right.
And
You
only
need a
accept the
huge-
good. You get what I'm saying? Yeah.
Right. And but what helped us get here? We had to go through bad shit. We had to do bad shit. And it's not to say that we did stuff detrimental to others and ourselves. But it wasn't, somebody else called it bad. Somebody else thought it was horrible. You know, so we just have to balance out. Like I always say, I love being darkness too, because my light gets me out. Like who am I if I wasn't in dark spaces to say, okay, let me turn my light on and be light to myself to get out of the darkness. Like, you need both. You need both.
You know what I'm learning? I'm learning to appreciate hurt. Like, before, I used to let it take over me, and it would dwell, and it would, like, manifest into this big thing that would just bring me into this dark hole, like, all the time. But then I realized, like, a lot of things came out of my pain. A lot of good things happened for me that came out of my pain if I allowed myself to come up out of that instead of dwelling in it. Because there's been years that I was just dwelling and just, like, not only, like, certain, like, multiple things that may have hurt me, and I just kept, like saying, it's part of me, it's part of me, it's part of me, instead of me just, like, forgiving and just moving on. You get what I'm saying? So I was, like, taking it.
Was it intentionally, or was it like a subconscious kind of?
It was like subconsciously, like,
that's
this
me.
is happening because
Yeah.
this happened to me before or whatever. And instead of me just learning, like, okay, this happened to you, get up, dust yourself off, and this is what we're doing. And I feel like I'm just now getting to that point after years of shit that happened to me. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm still
Of, like,
learning
letting
that.
go. And it's like, I meditate a lot now, so it's just like literally, like, you feel the weight lift off you when they tell you, like, just to let go. Like, think of something that hurt. Like, I've been molested, I've been abused, you get what I'm saying? And I kept taking that with me, like, oh, I don't want this to happen to me again, so I'm gonna remember this. So let me just put this in my bag and keep carrying. Yo, the song Bag Lady by Erykah Badu, like, yo, like, literally,
Niggas really think
you
you took
carry
about-
these shits with you, you carry, and then you keep bringing on to all new situations, and then it's like, when are you going to let your hands free? Like, when are you going to put your hands free and just let this shit go? And you just feel better. So I'm learning to grow through my hurt, like, grow through the pain and just make myself better from that.
That's
People
a
really
level-
thought that song was about bags.
bags. Idiots.
Yeah.
Like, but they
No,
didn't
we were
unlock a
younger.
certain. They didn't unlock a certain level. I'm not talking about when we was kids or kids at all. Grown people that I know be like,
Oh.
yeah,
They
Homeless people.
They won't get
Yeah.
most of Erykah Badu songs.
because they can't unlock it.
They can't.
They
'Cause
can't.
On and
unlock it.
On is still a deep song, and like people just still don't even get that.
It's
concept
over
of
their
that shit.
head because they
Completely.
can't. You can't get it. You're not there.
And you didn't go through that experience.
Yeah,
But it was
like,
a perfect metaphor, though, because
was.
you
No,
carrying
100.
mad bags, like, even if
100.
it was literal, like, connect the two.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not that simple
not
for
that,
someone
yeah.
who can't see past where they are.
Yeah,
Like, nah, it's
exactly.
just physical bags. Like, I've been in situations, like, I'm still there where subconsciously I'm seeing that, like, isolation is my drug of choice when I'm going through stuff. I
That's
just
me.
isolate.
I just
isolate.
distance
But my
myself.
periods they're getting smaller. They're getting smaller. Like, I'm not comfortable after a certain amount of time. Like, usually, it's been years. I've gone through periods where I don't want to talk to somebody for years. I'm coming out of isolation this week. Some shit just happened Monday. Today's what is today? Saturday. I've never had a period that small. Never. But it wasn't conscious. It wasn't like I don't want to talk, y'all. It was like I suddenly wasn't interested. So subconsciously I was just trained to pull back. And she's even pointed things out to me that I'm like, well, that's just how I've always been. I don't want to be that way no more. So like I'm so happy for you that you've unlocked that to where it's like I see what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? That shit, you realize like I be in my way a lot.
Yeah,
I
I
be in
do.
my way.
Because that's me. Whenever I used to go through something, my defense mechanism was just to shut everybody out. Like, I don't want to be around nobody. Just let me have my moment. Like, even in arguments and relationships, like, it could be a conversation that could be discussed, but it's just like, my first thing is to be like, I don't want to talk about it. And it would just go away. Or let me be in my
so me.
moment. Right. Like, let me be in the moment and then we talk. But then when you have somebody that you with and they think is communication, so it's like they forcing that on you and you trying to work that method through, but it's just like, it's so foreign to you because it's like, that's not not what I usually do. What I usually do is put my headphones in or just like
Yes, like or actually just ignore you.
yeah, until I'm ready to get
Yeah.
it out. But then sometimes it's worse because when you bring that out days later, it's like now the problem is resurfacing again because you're doing the same thing again. So it's like a never ending cycle. So it's like that was always my thing, is just to like close off. Like even with my sisters, it's like they get me upset, I go home. I don't have time. I don't want to speak to nobody. Don't call my phone. I'm not answering the phone. I'm not answering text messages.
I think but you said it best though, right? Where he was like, that's you, but you picking time and place where you do it. You feel what I'm saying? So if you get into an argument with somebody, like even at your work or relationship, and that's your go-to, like to shut out everybody, it's not probably best not to do that because you know it might cause problems, especially if the person wants to communicate or your manager want to communicate, your relationship, whatever. And you know it might cause problems, so it's probably not the best idea to do that. So you probably like, all right, you look deep within yourself. You know what? Let me have this conversation. Because communication, period, in any relationship, whether it's work or whatever like that, is the key to everything. You feel what I'm saying? Because then...
And comprehension.
And comprehension, yeah.
Because sometimes you could just talk and talk, and somebody don't understand what you're saying. They don't get the words. They can't put it together.
100.
And they don't know.
That's 100.
Sometimes people just don't know. Like, because to them it's like, I'm not dumb. I understand.
Yeah.
And then once somebody break it down, like, this is where I was going with this, you be like,
Oh,
don't
yeah,
get it.
right.
Yeah. I be there. That's me. That's me. So like in the moment, you can't tell me I'm not understanding. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I
Facts,
get it, dog.
That's real
And
shit.
she'll be like, but I was going here with. I'd be like, oh,
That's
damn.
real shit.
Yeah.
I'd be so tight. Like, yeah, you right. I don't comprehend nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah. Goddamn, we went into a whole tangent.
It just
That was
domino
tight.
effect.
Since they here, I got a question. Have anybody seen the preview or the movie to Loquisha?
No.
The white guy that he worked at a bar.
Yes. Hell yeah, I have.
Oh Lord. So it's a white guy that worked at a bar, huh?
I think I have seen a preview.
Okay, and he wanted he gave good advice. People come to the bar and he gave advice to them, and one girl was like, yo, you should be a radio person and give advice. He's like, nah, I don't want to do that. She gave him a flyer that they said that they was hiring for radio personalities, right? He went up there, auditioned, didn't get the job as a white man, and then he saw another one that said ethnic women, please, whatever, like just
Yeah, they was
encouraging
targeting
black
black
women.
people.
Right. So he put on this whole persona as this ghetto girl named Loquisha, and he put on this, like, he was just a black character, right? Like the whole talking loud and the snapping of the neck and the snapping of the hands and the loud talking and blah, blah, blah. He got the job. He told them that he was a something phobe where you don't like no races. So you don't want to be around people. So he wanted to have the studio to himself and blah, blah, blah. They hired him on. They had him on a late night show. The show did so good because the radio station was going down. So that show did good. So they moved them to the afternoon slot where people driving in their cars called Drive Time, making mad money. But then they had to make appearances. So he had to like interview different black women to play the role of Laquisha. Then they picked. So it was like a dark-skinned, skinny lady came, another light-skinned lady, whatever. So he picked this one lady, big, heavy-set lady, did the rolling of the neck, blah, blah, blah. So she was Loquisha, right? So the movie go on. Because the reason why he needed money was because his kid was in private school and he was a divorced guy, blah, 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 blah. And then it comes out that he stopped the show. They stopped the show, whatever, and he had to come out and tell that he was Loquisha. Whatever, the movie's dumb. I watched it. I'm mad I even waste my time watching it. But I had to watch it. It's on Prime. It never hit the movies or nothing. But what made me mad, right? So a lot of people was mad because it's a white man portraying a black woman, right? That pissed me off too. I ain't gonna hold you. Like the whole mannerism,
First
like,
things
this
first.
is Loquisha. Like that's how she was talking. I was like, what the fuck is this, right? Let me just give the movie a chance. I'm watching it. But then I started to watch it and I'm realizing like, we mad at this white man, but we do the same thing in our own community. Martin with Shanae. We had Wanda, Jamie Foxx. We have Tyler Perry doing Medea. Like, we allowing these people to make fun of us because we're doing it ourselves. Then we have real women like Tiffany Haddish that's just walking around being a freaking black woman stereotype. Like, so I'm like, we mad at him. Yes, the movie was offensive because it was just like so many things like, this could have been done way better if this was what y'all trying to do. But then it was like, I can't really be mad at him when we're doing it too. What do you mean? What you don't know about?
I don't know about that one. I think if we like comedians always find a way to laugh at our pain. Like we know somebody like that on the block. Like it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like black people, just like white people, just like Asians, we all have stereotypes. It is what it is. So, but if a black person, I don't want a white person to make fun of snap fingers and shit like that. But if it's Jamie Foxx or Tyler Perry and shit like that, we make comedy out of darkness. You know what I mean?
Embracing.
Exactly. Who the
But,
hell we
you know,
are?
I get it. It's a flip to us for me because at the same time, it's like we can't really be mad if we're doing it ourselves.
I just think it's sensitive.
I felt like that movie was kind of like the N-word, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
Son,
controversy
I
of
was
the N-word.
watching that and I'm like, because I kept seeing the previews and I was like, I'm not going to give my opinion by just looking at the preview because I don't know what happens in the movie. Watching that, first of all, it's boring as hell. There's nothing funny about the movie. And the whole time you just rolling your eyes like, what? Like, what is this?
But then we can't really bring it up to say that it's like the N-word because we don't even know our history about the N-word. So
Oh, no, I do. I know that
I
it
meant
wasn't
as
always
the people.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people don't know where the N-word stems from.
Yeah.
So we always associate it with a negative connotation.
But where we are right now, it's offensive if a white person says it.
Mm-hmm.
So the movie kind of stands to where we are right now with it, to where it's like, we could do this, but you should never involve yourself in this. That's a war right there. that you don't want.
highly
and the fact that he
uncomfortable
was
if a white
so
person
comfortable
says
to even make this
Me too.
movie.
Yeah.
I was like,
I don't like that.
in this climate, this is what you're doing?
You know what
That's
I'm
the only
saying?
thing you could think of to make a movie about, bro?
They need
Medea's
us.
gone.
It's just another way for them to express the fact that they need us. They thrive off our backs. Anything they do, I mean, you know, I ain't see no innovative shit.
Yeah, clearly.
I did.
Clearly.
If you show me, oh, okay, I guess Bill Gates, but who know?
Yeah, he
black
probably had a
person
whole
said what?
black friend
Yeah.
that was
You know
like,
what I'm
Europe,
saying?
we should do this way.
I don't know what black friend he had at the time.
I agree.
That didn't have the audience to hear them out.
And that's all.
I
Yeah.
respect Steve Jobs. I don't know if a black person came to him and was like, "This is what we need."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm sure though, a black person would have told him we need a better battery life. But you know, who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? Who fucking knows? But I just don't know that they didn't also take stuff. Like there's a post going around. A white man said something about. He posted it. You reposted it. Like at work, a girl came in. She was late because something was going on in life, and he was like, "Don't explain. You know, before you're a worker, you're a person, and we have lives." A black woman wrote that, and he took the post.
Oh yeah,
and I told you, a black woman wrote this.
that
Take
down
it down.
because a black
Yeah, a
woman
black
wrote it.
woman wrote that post. This man copy and pasted it, and everybody's like, "See, I need an employer like this." A black woman wrote
and
it.
how many people like me who didn't know,
Yeah, she reposted. I'm like, take this shit
you
down.
know, that would repost him, and it got that he got to me or to anyone else
Yeah.
before
Yeah. What
the
she
black
did.
woman.
Yeah,
did.
so it's like,
Wow.
they thrive off of that. So like when I remember when I saw the preview for the movie, I was like, well, I'm uninterested. This is
Yeah,
stupid.
very dumb. But I was like, I
didn't even see it.
can't give my opinion on something I did not watch. So I was like,
Right.
I got Amazon Prime TV. Let me watch it and see what. I was like, this is a waste of my life.
Yeah.
Waste of my life.
So what was
gonna
your
watch
question
it
though
now.
for them?
Oh, I was just saying, how do they feel about a white man doing that, and then
Oh,
like
okay.
black people doing the
Dumb.
same thing?
Yeah.
That's what I'm
It's
asking.
dumb. White people should. You just gotta stay where you are sometimes.
Yeah,
Everything
yeah.
ain't for everybody.
This is so interesting because on the other day on Facebook, I got one of my friends. He posted about Spanish women being like feisty or like ending up being toxic because of their like
Dramatic type of
crazy
Yeah.
type of stereotype Spanish women get. And I pointed out that it's never negative until it like goes so left, because Spanish women are always praised for, like, you see those posts like, oh yeah, I'm one little Spanish feisty joint, or like I'm one of like, yeah, the short little Spanish girls is fire, like, and
Exotic
Sure.
mommy. and shit like
it's
that.
always
Sure.
I always see black men do it, and I'm never seeing like Spanish men do it. It's so interesting. I'll never see Hispanic men post like that, but
like
I always
glorify
see,
Hispanic women.
yes, or yeah, like they don't need to
They do
they
that
don't
for
need to
black
say it out loud. They don't even really do it for black women, but I'll give you that.
Nobody does it for black
Exactly.
This
Yeah.
is true.
But
this
black
is
women.
true.
Point
Nobody
it
does for
out.
black
This is true. This
Nah.
is true, but
Point
it's
it
an
out.
infatuation thing. Spanish men have an infatuation with black women, just like Spanish women have an infatuation with black men.
Where
Speak on
do
that
you
fact.
see? I want.
You've
I want
never seen this?
clarification.
I've seen Spanish
never
men
seen
with
it?
black women.
You've never seen
They,
it?
I know a lot of
Come
Spanish
outside.
people that fetishize over like black people, like male or female.
Yeah,
Like,
100%.
Come
Yeah,
outside.
100%.
Oh yeah.
yes,
I never
a
see
lot.
the side of
Outside.
Spanish men.
It's not that common as Spanish woman with
Yeah,
black
with black
men.
men.
Yeah,
Right.
Because black men, listen, I'm gonna be honest. not me personally, but black men do glorify Hispanic women over blacks. Like African Americans, because we all black when you really want to dice it down.
Yeah.
I was
right. But
get to it.
yeah. But she just she did a snap the neck roll.
Cause like
when she did a snap the neck roll, I was like, yeah, all right, cool, I got you. But nah, like I've met those type of black guys, you know, like I guess because Hispanic women might have those green eyes maybe one time or blue eyes or some. They got the lighter feature.
Domestication.
Let's keep going further up.
Yeah. Oh my God, I hate
the
him.
hair.
Like a black
Yeah.
woman don't take care
Right.
of a fucking man.
Lil
That pisses
Duval
me
said
off.
some wild, some nasty shit talking about. I hate to see black women with thick hair or some shit like that, or like an afro or something like that.
Like an
my
idiot.
God.
Like nasty.
Foolish.
Like come on. Like come on.
So some guy came at me because I spoke for my people, like my experience.
Okay.
My friend posted it about the women. And I said, but it's funny because you guys glorify or always want to be with a Hispanic woman. And so I got to ride for my Hispanic women too, because when they violate, it comes full circle.
Why your face?
No,
like
I'm
that?
saying.
Are you Hispanic?
I'm confused.
I'm black. I'm
Okay,
a black
okay.
woman.
Okay, black
but
woman.
my issue was because I felt like the fact that we separate each other in general is a problem for me.
I agree 100.
So my taking up for the Hispanic woman who is projecting the toxic is me sticking up for the karmic energy that's going on in the situation. Let's glorify all women. So this
100.
guy, a whole nother stranger.
I don't really like the
I don't.
glorification of white
Not.
women.
Oh, wow.
I was about to say not all. I was about to say not all.
I'm sticking to all because I have to.
It's a numbers game. It's 12-22. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
I have to stick to all if I'm going to stand by women. I can't separate and put and make it seem like I'm that was my argument, not separating at all. And I had to stick by that because even though I'm in an oppressed group and I have a specific group that oppressed or made me the oppressed group, I have white friends, I have Hispanic friends, I have Asian friends, I have all types of different people in my life, and I represent them all, and even my brand, I represent them all. So I have all these people, all those types of people too supporting it. So I can't single out. So I had to, in a sense, stick up for the Hispanic woman, even though I was saying my black men glorify and then run into these situations where they're like, yo, my girlfriend's crazy, my baby mama crazy, and it's like, well, you just shitted on the black woman for her hair, how she speaks, where she comes from, what she wants to do in her life, her aura, how strong she comes off when she speaks, the aggressiveness. It's said it's aggressive and it's her strength. So I'm good that you had to experience this because I think that it's the karmic energy that it is that we separate in the first place. So the guy that came at me, he was like, oh, not all men are like this. And I'm like, well, not all women are like the women you crucify for things that are not even necessarily done out of hate or being mad. It's like the angry black woman. Why is she angry? Like, why does she have to be labeled angry because she stood up for herself and she was assertive? The black woman is the most targeted person. Period.
And that's why they have to be the most protected. You feel what I'm saying?
And we're not.
Yeah.
No, but that's the thing. That's why I can't be like, let me glorify all women. Like, I can't do that. I'm going to glorify only black and brown. And then when I say black and brown, that's Indian, blacks, Hispanics, all that. But like I only glorify or like stand beside Hispanics that know their culture. Right, that know that they are percentage of black.
Right.
You know what I mean? And being Hispanic is just culture. Like, you know what I mean? I speak Spanish, blah, blah, blah. It's just like me being a black man, you know what I mean? I know that my culture is Bayesian and Jamaican. You feel what I'm saying? It's just, I'm not going to be like, yo, I'm separating myself from a black man, Bayesian Jamaican. Like, nah, I'm a black man. You feel what I'm saying? That's what Hispanics need to be. You got to pick a side, honestly, at the end of the day. You either black or brown or you're, you know what I mean? That's what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At the end of the
Absolutely.
day. So, like, I'm only glorifying black and brown. I'm not going to be out here, yo, you beautiful. You don't need that because you get that
you
all.
look good.
Yeah,
I
because you get
understand.
that all day. You're on all the magazines.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're always being told that you're beautiful
Getting all
and
the opportunities.
and pretty. You get all the opportunities. Nah, My sister over here with the afro, with the thick hair, she don't get no clarification. She doesn't even get a second look, especially if you dark skin. If you want to talk about colorism, you know what I mean? So
right, and so that's why I say from a woman's perspective, as a man, that's your perspective, but from a woman's perspective, we have to keep it equal and neutral, because I feel like
I'm more for blacks and browns.
Me too. I ain't gonna hold it.
but
I feel wrong for saying it, but it's like
I don't want to let
still
nobody
feel.
ever see me sweat. So that's why I took the side of the Spanish women on the post in the first place, because I'm not letting nobody ever see me feel some type of way about the privilege they have when they walk down the street compared to the privilege I don't have.
No.
I can't. So that's where, and that's me universally. That's me all around. Like I do that in everything. You never let nobody see you sweat. Like you kill people with kindness at all times, because even though this is something that tears me down or is intended to, it won't.
Right.
It just
right,
won't.
because you're strong enough. And I think the lesson
Right,
in
that's
that
that.
is to stay on Facebook.
But you make a good point. Not everybody has my strength.
right.
Yeah.
So I do have to take account and hear your perspective when you do single out a specific group of people, or you create the group of people. You're doing it for a better cause, and I have to do that because not everybody is as strong as me. There are women who really struggle with that. I'm also a lighter shade of brown than the darker women, and I go out my way to say, oh my gosh, your complexion, like, it's beautiful, your skin is beautiful, talking to a woman walking down the street, because someone's not doing that. And there are women who want to be my complexion, and it's like, girl, you know how much of a tan I want right now? You
Right,
bugging.
clearly.
I need all my melanin. You're bugging, giving me some. Thank you.
But it's good. It's good that you pick the side and you make it clear, black and brown women, because other people won't say that they've picked a side.
Yeah.
They'll show it to you.
Yeah.
But they won't say it. They'll be like, I'm for everybody. It just so happens that this woman here is what I was looking for. They won't say it, but they've picked a side. So I think it's very important that he picks a side and he's loud and proud about it.
Yeah.
Like, and you know, I always tell you, you know, even we've even had like talks about porn. Like I'm really not into like white satisfaction.
Oh no, you can't do that.
No,
I to add on something.
You
no.
got to put in the search engine black.
Yeah, I ain't.
Ebony.
I mean, like,
Ebony.
yeah, where did we get that? Like, where did we
What
get
is
that?
Ebony though? For
Who
real?
Ebony?
Like,
I don't know who Ebony is,
What's Ebony?
but she made her own category. We just all
Ebony
rocking
held
with
it down though, because
Yeah,
that's
that
in
ass.
front of every search.
Ebony's fire.
That's in front of every search. Always Ebony.
That's
Never
100.
Sally. Always Ebony.
Sally.
That's
100,
just me.
100,
That's just where I'm at with it.
Yeah.
Barry, come on, Barry. What's up with it?
What happened?
What's up with it?
What about
What's-
what? He's so
About
nice.
Ebony.
Pick the side.
About Ebony? I love Ebony.
Oh, okay, cool.
I love Ebony. You know what I'm saying? I love Ebony. You wasn't sure what side he was on.
Yeah, I was like,
typing that in the search
Because
engine
he was
on the
quiet
porn
when you-
site
or
or
no.
no.
It was too quiet. I'm like, Barry, what's up?
Oh Lord.
Check his Safari.
That's the worst. That's the worst. You hand over your phone for the internet. That shit is still there.
Yeah, right?
That really
You
happened
better
to
clear
me
that
the other
cache.
day.
Stop playing.
Son, that happened to
But
me.
why y'all watching porn on your phone? Can't do that.
Why not?
What you mean?
You bugging. Well, I'm watching it on somewhere
On
I
your
can
laptop.
get a virus.
On your laptop.
See, and you're trying to have
Nah.
your shit crash.
Well, you don't gotta
Depends on what mood I'm in.
Nah,
If it's gonna be a
big
quick
screen
one,
or
the fuck
small
I just
screen?
need it right
Can't hold it
here.
like that. I can't hold
I
it
need
like
that
that.
here. It's
Can't hold it like that.
fine.
That's too much work.
Yeah, I gotta have the
you
headphones,
gotta
phone
put it
in
on
hand.
something.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying?
Nah.
Depends on my mood. It's her preference.
don't need
It's
a
her
necklace
preference.
here.
Don't
Don't
judge
discriminate
me.
against
Don't
her
judge
preference.
me. Judge me.
Yo, pop it against.
I'm over here sharing.
Right, she
Judge
being
me.
vulnerable. She just being open with y'all and y'all judging her.
Judging.
Nah, I can't do that.
I got a good imagination. Sometimes I don't need the shit at all.
That's because y'all.
Oh, my
I
God.
don't
No,
know.
talented.
Woman is easy with that. 'Cause
I don't need
never
visuals
just
when
do
I
that.
got the shit to
See
my
how
head.
it's
I
easy
can
for
never-
y'all to use the bathroom. It's hard for us. It's easy for me to do it that
Yeah.
way.
I
can't do
It
that.
is. You feel me?
I can't do that. I need inspiration.
I need visuals.
I need inspiration.
I need visuals.
I need.
Nah, Barney always taught me about imagination, so I use my imagination.
Right. Oh yeah. Sometimes I don't
How
even
you
need
gonna
a
put a
phone.
child
Right.
show into that?
Because he
Just
taught
my
you about
thoughts.
imagination.
Just my thoughts. Sometimes
Yo,
I don't
that
need
I could put a whole
Nah.
scenario
If
in my
I'm too
head.
tired to grab my phone and search for like 5 minutes to write, because it has to be the right.
Oh, it has to be
video.
right. Always has to be the right
Yeah.
video.
I
It
will
has to be
use
right.
my brain.
Nah, I can't.
The shower, you can't have the phone, so you just
Oh,
use
the shower
brain.
too. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I could
Shower
be
masturbation
anywhere
is
I want to
terrible.
be inside here with anyone.
Right.
Like what
With
the
the constant
Safely.
pressure of-
Yeah, I'll try
For
it.
guys, shower
Safely.
masturbation is terrible. That's right.
It's nothing.
Shower
more fun
sex
for me.
period is probably the worst.
It's overrated.
It's probably the worst thing.
It's
ever.
overrated.
It's overrated.
It's probably the
It
worst thing
depends
ever.
on the people and definitely the height.
the height
The height
difference. Lord have
difference.
It depends
mercy.
on how big your
Boy.
tub is, too.
Right.
That's
You
what
got
I'm
a small
But
saying.
shower.
vacation
it's not
jacuzzi sex
not
or like the
going-
jacuzzi tubs that's in
I
the
just
hotel
think
room
it's overrated,
is way
bro.
better.
I
But
think it's
even
overrated.
better.
that
think it's
though, like
overrated.
the water just
The water doesn't make it feel comfortable.
It depends.
Nah.
It depends.
It
Because I had
depends.
some enjoyable jacuzzi hotel
Me too. Pool,
situations.
shower
so it
situations.
depends. It do
Really
depends on the
depends.
height ratio, the position you in. It depends.
Closer in height, better. It is. Like if there's a huge height
terrible. Let's just
difference,
be
it's
honest.
just
Yeah.
a lot.
Gonna be honest.
I'm very clumsy, so I'm always afraid I'm gonna fall.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah,
that's a
that's
bad way
me
to go.
too. Yeah,
that's
that's
a
me.
bad way to go.
I
Like
hit my
I
head
just
on
died
clean.
having
Fall
sex
with
in the
me.
shower.
That's
Oh, you
terrible.
come
That's
on with me, fly. Yeah,
I don't want that to get out in public.
Like,
Like, you
and
gotta
And not
like.
even on purpose.
change
You're not coming down with me on purpose. It's just because I'm just yeah.
Nah,
That's
you're not.
me. I've been
Yeah,
clumsy
it's
my
not
whole
good.
life.
Yeah.
What's wrong
That's
with me,
not
yo?
it.
Nah, you can't do it.
That's not it.
That's a bad way to go. I'm just gonna be
Yo,
honest.
imagine, and then they
That's
gotta
a bad
tell your
way.
mother like, yeah, she died having sex in the shower.
Cause it
Her
really
head
might
just
be a
bust
life
against
or
that
death
ceramic
situation.
and
Or
then
I
That's
broke
what
my
happened.
legs having sex in the shower.
Did
That's
y'all
not
see the
safe.
video of the couple that was like stuck together?
yeah.
You saw that?
Yeah.
That's nasty.
And they had to drive in the car that way. Like one had to like lay down, the other one's on top of it, and like had to flip the legs up just for them to drive to the hospital. That
It's
way.
nasty
How they
work.
get stuck? What happened?
What's
It-
wrong?
It was two
What's
guys,
in the inside?
and I don't know
Oh,
how they
okay.
got
Yeah.
stuck.
Yeah, they was
But
But the way they had to go to the car, like the way they had to, it looked so painful. And when they had to get in the car, like had to lean forward, like
Why didn't
slowly,
you just
slowly.
call like the ambulance or something? Why you gotta drive them?
Because
I
you
guess
gotta
they-
wait.
Yes. What are you gonna do?
You
You
gotta.
gonna
I
stay
need
there
to
like
be
that?
off of you.
Somebody would get that call
Yo, I'm telling all my friends about that. Like,
and
girl,
be like, "What? This is not
I'm
real."
Instagram
That's
story and that
crazy.
shit. Like, yo, let me take the kind of call we just
and
had.
take
just now.
wow long to get there.
You know how many people have even gotten their lips stuck in their partner's braces?
Ooh,
Oh, I've never-
my
I've
God.
I've never had
never.
that. I've heard. I've listened to my like people speak, and I just be
Oh my
like, I don't
God.
understand. Like,
I've always
it's scary.
been scared
I'm
to get
being
it.
you.
It would traumatize me though. I would never want to. I would never want like
We
nah.
fighting, bro. Like
That's
my
nice.
face is everything. You
Wow.
fucking
No, I thought when she said lips, she was talking about something else. You talking about the face, the lips on the face?
Both.
I mean,
Because I was thinking automatically down there.
I was thinking the lips on the
I've-
face.
I've- yeah.
I was thinking lips on the
Oh,
face.
I was thinking the lips
on
down
the face.
there.
I've heard about the lips and the face, but I've heard about cuts.
Might get it. Might get it.
Cut down there.
God.
Might get a hair stuck in the
shit
braces.
Dang, what are you
traumatized me.
doing? Like,
Oh yeah, if your hair's
Like
not
Tifa's
on the
not even
braces-
involved in that situation. What the fuck
Like
are
the
you doing?
pubes, the
Right.
pubes
This,
stuck on the
but this,
braces.
this was
Oh.
like we in high school, and I'm hearing like, yo,
nasty.
I cut her like, and he
Nasty.
had braces.
Oh my God.
And I didn't even think back then to be like, bro, you use your teeth?
Yeah, like what are you doing? What are you doing with
Yeah,
your
why
I
teeth?
you
never
use
even
your
thought,
teeth
but like
everywhere, right?
looking back on all the failed sex
Yeah.
stories, it's like
Yeah.
you was using your teeth.
Because I know they say eat it, but you're not really
You was
eating it, my
using
guy.
your
Like, what are you
teeth.
doing?
It's
Oh
bad.
my God.
It's
Take your
bad.
teeth out.
Yeah, come on.
He
son.
Yo.
said, "Take your teeth out."
That would traumatize. I would never want that shit again. Like
That's just
never.
on the dashboard.
That goes for both ways, by the way.
Oh my God, yeah.
For sure.
Stop using
Yeah.
your teeth.
definitely more so for men than females. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even know how that even
Teeth get
happened,
involved.
but
What are you doing?
That shit
Definitely,
hurts. It's not a fun moment.
Oof, he would
Yeah.
definitely get bopped on top of his head.
gotta be
good.
careful when you
Donkey
you know,
Kong the shit out of him. What are you doing?
giving the
See,
fellation.
but then if he Donkey Kong a woman, then it's in trouble. If she bite our shit by mistake, then we can't.
But I'm
just
saying if
bop
he's
it.
hurting me, I'm
Look,
Donkey
tap,
Kong. I
look,
don't
tap.
give a fuck. I don't got time to say, hey,
No, you
stop.
can't tap. No, you
First
can't.
thing
do
back.
that.
Yeah.
You can't tap. They can tap, but we can't
You
tap.
can do a little tap.
You can do a
on
tap.
the head.
You know what's weird? So a girl told me that when she go down on her guy, he do this thing where he like slaps her face.
I'm not.
Oh, that's it. If that's what you into, that's what you into.
Yeah,
That
I'm
would
not
surprise the
into
shit
that.
out of me. What the fuck are you doing? Like, what's happening?
You watching too much porn.
Smack
That's
me.
porn. You watch too much porn.
What it do, baby? Yo, I went
That's
like,
bullshit.
what the fuck?
You know what that is? That's when you watch porn and then you bring that shit into the
You
bedroom.
try it.
Like,
Now
you bought
that's-
the wrong thing, bro. What are you
that's not-
doing?
But
I
you
don't
gotta
even
talk to
really.
your person though.
gotta-
Make
Yeah.
sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Slap
Like, what's the
you
safe
can't
words?
slap
Like, what are you
everybody.
doing?
Like, yo.
Because what if my reflex will reach up? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
Yeah, you have
I'm
to
from Brooklyn,
communicate.
dude. Like,
Like,
don't
that's
do no
something
shit
you
like
gotta
that.
be
Are
like,
you
yo,
crazy?
like, yo, this is what I like to do. Like, I'm real
Yeah.
aggressive.
Can I
during this
smack
time.
you?
Can
or
I smack?
Can you smack me?
Can I spit in
Or
your
it
mouth?
may be a time
Yeah,
it feels so good, I might
spit in
tap
nobody's
your face.
mouth.
Tell me some shit
You're
like
not
that.
spitting in
Right.
nobody's
Don't just
mouth?
start.
No. We don't-
Whoa.
I've
I've had it requested. I only did it.
Oh my
I only
god!
did it because she asked me to. I wasn't think. I thought that
What
was
was
horrible.
the mind? What was the mental
fine.
going into that? Was
See,
you
that-
like?
that's what
did
you
you
say
like let
love
it build
language.
up first and then like?
But like, if they ask you, you're not gonna do it.
That's do it.
But
I'm
I
not
did it.
against
I
it,
did
though.
it coming up. Like she was like, "Yo, come here, come spit in my mouth."
Oh,
And
wow.
I just.
Oh,
I
yeah, she
spit
wanted that. She
herself.
wanted that. That's nasty. I like that.
I like
See,
that.
I'm with the lick
I'm
the
into that.
fingers or kiss you after
into
you
that.
did it.
Yeah,
But to
I'm
spit
into
in my
that.
mouth,
How is
void
that
up.
happening? Like, someone just
You
like,
mean?
but how
I
do you
just
just
But when you
release
kissing,
it?
it's gonna be
I held
nasty
it.
anyway. So might as well
Exactly.
spit.
But yeah,
my
but if
mouth
you
was
just
spit.
releasing the spit, that's different. I bite your lip, kiss your
And
face,
you can't
come
just
down
like
here.
cock back and
Nah,
spit.
nah, nah,
It
nah,
gotta
nah,
be
nah.
a
It
slow.
gotta be a slow drop. Right, slow drop. Right.
Like that.
Right.
I'm into that
slow
one.
drip.
If you gonna request that, and I'm into that, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
just do that. That's
Yeah.
just like out of line. I can't do.
Yeah, I'm
out
not
of line.
spitting in your mouth.
Nah,
Like, you
nah.
have to
Oh my
tell
God.
me.
Fact,
Yeah, you
fact.
gotta tell me. Like even like
I've
smacking.
literally only heard cancers talk about spitting in mouths.
Oh my god!
Don't do that. No,
Yeah,
he's a
yeah,
cancer.
yeah.
He's a cancer.
I'm a cancer. I'm a
I'm
cancer.
Oh, there we
Are you
go.
cancer?
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
cancer.
Every
June 25th. Yeah. I'm cancer.
Oh
every
my
You a
God.
July cancer? June?
Yeah, July 14th.
Okay. Okay. Happy belated.
Facts.
Be into that.
Wow. You what?
Every cancer
guy-
be in the spin. I didn't say I
What are
was
you
into
talking
it. I said
She
I've
said
done
she
it.
did it.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying like for me, it's a pass.
Yeah,
but
right,
she
right.
wanted that, and I'm gonna heighten the experience.
Sure. Oh, talk your shit.
Yeah, I'm not spitting in your
You
mouth.
said ain't no average happening on this
Yeah,
side,
I'm gonna
Lee.
heighten that.
Well, sometimes.
I'm gonna heighten that.
Well, I mean,
I'm
not
gonna
average
heighten
mouth.
that.
Not average mouth. Oh, you can't give average mouth.
Nah.
Cause that ruins your reputation more than
You can't
bad
because
back.
that's pretty much the way that a woman.
There you go.
Yeah.
Talk your shit.
Because not all girls
Yeah, so-
come off penetration.
Right.
Yeah, they
So
don't.
they
Most
don't really
women
get
get
much.
with trade,
Yeah.
which is-
orgasm off of that
God,
yeah.
at all.
crazy.
That's
So you
You gotta
definitely
put in
gotta
a
have
lot of
the-
work. You gotta
A
put
lot
in
of
a
women
work.
don't orgasm. Period. So.
Oh, that's
yeah.
so
Oh, that's a whole
sad.
different conversation.
That's
is.
so sad.
That's a whole different conversation.
That's why I get so mad
That's
at females that
That's
be
a
like,
different
I really love my boyfriend, but I be faking it. Bitch, you don't love him that much because I'm not laying down with you to fake it every
Shorty
time.
said
You
that.
don't love
Yeah.
yourself enough to let that happen. Like,
Yeah.
what? I don't care about his feelings that much.
Self-care
You
is
doing that
important.
shit every day or every week and then you're not getting nothing out of that? It'll get the nah.
And you making sure he comes.
Right, get out of here. Since you
sad.
dumb.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
working
care how
for
long y'all was
nothing.
together. That's dumb. I'm not faking it.
You working for
I'm
Men
not-
come regardless.
I'm not
You don't gotta
making-
do shit, honestly.
That's
We gonna come regardless.
Yeah,
It
well,
is
I'm
right.
not faking it. I'm not making you.
That's
feel
why
like
I
something
feel like
right.
y'all should do most of the work because y'all gonna have y'all orgasm regardless.
No. We're not
Do
gonna have
the
an
work.
orgasm regardless. We're
Y'all
not
going
gonna
nut
have, we're gonna
regardless.
come exactly. We're gonna come regardless. Orgasm and coming is a whole different
Total
thing.
different.
It's
yeah.
different.
It's a whole
Orgasm
different
is a
thing.
Yeah,
whole
you, gotta,
thing.
you gotta know the body to.
Yeah.
You gotta
fair.
know that. Let me tell you.
When
Okay,
your toes
fair.
curl, you know what I'm saying?
The legs stiffen up, so
But
vibrating.
not every
around.
woman. Every woman does not come in every sexual exchange. Like,
Yeah.
and sometimes their partners do not make sure they do.
Right, selfish ass lovers, boy. And guys be
Selfish.
so dumb that they think because it's wet you already came. No, boo boo, that's just you
Yes,
lubricated,
that's just
boo. That's
my vagina.
it. Right, like she's supposed to be lubricated. That don't mean I came. If you gotta ask me the question, like you came, you didn't do it. You didn't.
Nah,
do
don't
it.
ask that question. Don't ask that question.
You,
That's
you
tough.
didn't do it right.
Don't
If you
ask
gotta
that
ask me that,
question. Don't ask that
don't
question.
do that.
Yo, the
get
asking
your
of
feelings
the
hurt.
question is
Yeah.
jokes.
You're gonna get your feelings hurt. Don't ask
Right,
that
like don't ask me like,
Don't ask
babe, you
nothing.
came.
If you act,
You should know my body.
that it
Man, we
didn't
should-
happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. That's why you gotta know your partner body because you do have to know the difference between her just being wet, coming, and orgasm.
Yep.
Totally different.
True, and y'all just gotta say like, "Yo, babe, I'm coming." Like right now, like y'all could do that. Y'all
No,
could
because
clarify
sometimes
to the
we
guy.
say that we be like, "Stay right there." Then y'all switch up the whole thing. Like, what the fuck? did I just say?
we might be right there.
What the fuck?
We might be right there ourselves, or we be like,
Yo,
"You
that
gotta
shit
switch
is
it up."
such a killer.
Listen, I've done that.
I want
I'm
to drop
guilty
from
on that.
Taj. I just what the fuck?
Yeah, I hate that. What the fuck? Yes, you do that.
I love that.
What the fuck?
Yo, cause you be like, you be sitting there, you be like right
from
there.
a fucking
You be like, oh
American
my
Pie
god, you be
or
like
something.
right there, right there,
What
right
the
there. And he be like, yeah, yeah. He be like, and then you be like, wait, what the fuck? What did you just do? What just happened?
That's some new shit. I don't know if I'm liking that.
I don't
What
know
the
that
fuck?
shit.
I don't know
Nah,
what-
keep it, Taj. Keep it.
I've never heard you say
I
that.
never heard
I've
that
never
song. What
seen
the
a group
fuck?
of guys that just hate on a female so much.
Oh, we gotta do what we
Yo, I'm supposed to be part of them, and all they do is
We
hate
gotta
on
do-
me,
we gotta do
though.
that
They
shit.
on it though. It's cool because when we on Thank Me Later, Lee be shading me.
Sorry,
You
sorry.
shading
It's
me.
ridiculous.
Right?
That's not true.
It
Roasting
happens.
is a love language.
It's
I
a-
see why Beyonce
it's a
loves
It
it.
is
co-host.
exactly. Roasting is a love
Roasting is a
language.
love language.
It's
Roasting
a
is a love
co-host
language.
thing.
Sure,
like,
don't
you
tap
know.
me, bro.
Oh,
You
that's
gotta take the rose.
It's
you
all full love.
It's always boys club though. It's always against me. I always gotta stand on my two all by myself.
Jabari be there.
All by myself, I gotta stand on my
Jabari
ten.
be
Thank
clowning
you.
that
See,
shit.
that's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Lee. I'm glad you.
Jabari clown my shit. We clown.
Look, they can't even let me have my moment. It gotta be about them. What the hell is happening? Wait, what they don't like? What the fuck?
Nah, I hate it.
I'm gonna do that every episode now. I'm glad you hate it.
Well, yeah, we got to delete that.
Nah, we ain't deleting shit. I'm saying that every episode now.
Listen, the reason why we changed the position is because we might be right there ourselves.
Okay, and give it all.
Right, let's do it. Come together.
Wait, hold up. Y'all trying to have kids or what? What's going on?
That don't mean you always have unprotected sex though. Everybody not out there just fucking raw.
True.
Right. And I'm not only talking about penetration. You could be eating it, and I'd be like, right there, right there.
I still pull out though in the condom.
No, but I'm saying like you could be right there eating it, and I'd be like, right there, just stay right there, and then you
amazing.
still change.
Huh?
That's amazing.
No, you gotta pull out in the condom. You still gotta pull out. Like even so, like so if you saying right there, I'm still feeling it. I gotta move.
That is so trash.
So I'm gonna get you back there. Just give me time.
Nah, cause now I got the whole rebuild gotta come, and I was like literally at the
not
peak.
like
boy.
that.
You know, the roller coaster, you get to the top, and it's like, well, I'm about to drop.
Get back.
It takes a longer time to get back.
Oh, I gotta get back in that same thing. Like when I was there. Like even when you eating it, like just like if I say right there, don't do nothing. Just do the same.
That's the worst. When she say right there and you eating it, and then you
it
just
fucks your mind up. It fucks your mind up.
Yeah.
It kind of fucks your mind up though, because you kind of
that is
Lord
it fucks your mind up.
That's
then you focus on it too much. Then you focus. I'm like, I can't stop doing what I'm doing.
And then that one flick of the eye, like what?
And you know you move too, guys.
Damn.
You know you move.
Nah, son. But like, I ain't gonna lie though. Like
real.
women be like right there, and it be like your most uncomfortable place. I'd be like, this shit hurt.
Yeah.
Like my jaw,
I can't feel it.
I can't
feel it right now. I got it right now.
I got it.
There's so much sacrifice when you have to
Son.
sacrifice.
Yo, and I feel like women do more sacrifices than guys.
Sacrificing your breathing.
Right.
I'm about to die for you.
Breathing.
I'm about to die to make sure you come.
Thanks.
I don't get no oxygen coming into these lungs, but it's all in my throat.
When she wrapped them thighs around your neck, you be like, this is how I'm going out, Lord.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
But that's affirmation for you that you're doing the right thing. So
Yeah.
stay right there.
Yeah, so I just be like, fuck breathing.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't need oxygen right now.
You got
Fuck
to.
breathing. She need it.
You got to breathe through your ears.
Yeah.
It's a little trick I picked the wrong way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hate him.
No, they're probably connected somewhere.
Let's connect.
I
Because
definitely
when you go to the ENT
your
doctor's
nose
ears,
and
nose,
shit.
and throat, so
Ears,
all
nose,
that
and
shit's connected.
Yeah.
So the same. So the
I
same.
watched a guy like put a noodle through his nose and pull it out through his
See?
throat.
Now, if he could do all of that, he
So
could
I
stay
know his
right
ear
there.
passage is somewhere like over there where
It's
you
all
know.
nasty.
And he could stay
Yeah,
right
it's
there.
all
If he could
bad.
do all those
Yeah.
tricks, he could stay right there. Don't do nothing else.
I just believe that you breathe
Devil's
through your ears,
dick.
Barry. I do. I believe it.
Oh, what happened?
I
Girls
believe
do the
that
same
you
thing too,
breathe
though.
through
Like,
your
for sure,
ears.
100%.
like when they giving head, and then you be like, "Yo, I'm right there." Y'all might do some shit too. Y'all might move. Y'all don't keep it the same.
It depends though, because sometimes she don't want to swallow, so she like, oh, let me stand clear, let me start doing some hand work, because I ain't about to put this down my throat. So it depends on the person.
It does depend on the person.
It depends. Like if you telling me right there, I'm about to. Like,
Every time?
if I don't want to swallow,
Not every
hand
time.
job.
Not every
There
time.
you
You don't gotta do
go.
every
End that
time.
off just like that.
Not every time, huh?
Yeah,
You don't gotta do every time. But like it depends on the moment though. You should swallow.
And niggas' diets ain't that good to be wanting people to swallow them all the time. What the
Yeah,
fuck? You
yeah,
eating Cheetos,
That's
hot
a
Cheetos
fact.
and shit. I
All
ain't
right, so
swallowing
let's see if
shit.
your diet is fucked up.
Your diet is crazy.
Don't ask me, nigga. You eat McDonald's and Cheetos. I'm not about that. Nah, I don't care. I don't care if you telling me right there. I'm standing back here. Like, the fuck is you talking about?
Swallowing quarters.
Yeah.
Nah.
Tastes like
Tastes like
battery
copper
acid.
and
When the
shit,
girl
like-
told me her
I
man
get
shit
it.
tastes like milk, I was like, what?
Oh,
Nah.
Whoa,
No. She said, you never. She said, no, you never. I said, clearly.
That ain't it, Chief.
That ain't it. Something sour. Something sour.
Drinking.
Something
I just
sour.
called the chief. He said that ain't it.
That ain't it.
Something sour.
She said it's so regular, but then when she said in a group of us, we always looking like
It should
nah,
taste like
sis.
water.
Y'all was feeling it. huh?
Yeah, she
I
was
don't know what
like,
it tastes
she was
like,
like, right,
but
because
hopefully-
it be smelling like milk. It tastes like milk. All of us was like, no.
So wait.
All
All right. So
It should
explain.
taste like water.
Okay, water.
If it's sweet, it might be getting to a place
Carnation.
of like
Wait,
it might be getting like it's about to get sour, it really should just not sour, but like bitter.
Okay.
It really should
just be
taste
like-
like
Tastes like
nothing.
nothing. Yeah.
Yes,
She's a semen connoisseur.
I'm just saying. You have to learn.
Yeah,
you have to learn.
She a true one though. You gotta do it.
She had
No,
that
I will tell y'all a story though, because like
So the
my
dope D tastes like
first
water?
time,
I can't. Well, if you can't dope, then you gotta swallow.
I didn't do that. I didn't go there. I didn't go there with that.
Damn.
Who
so
that song was about? I didn't.
He
I
give you
didn't.
dope D, you ain't gonna swallow.
Word, sis. That ain't right.
Cigarette.
Damn, you selfish just like the mediocre dicks. Look at that.
Yeah,
What
man.
if I had
truth
like
comes
a
out.
really, really, really one good time with the person?
know what?
and
You're right.
I
You
didn't,
got it.
yeah,
You're right.
like what if my
The first
exchange
time you
wasn't?
can't swallow.
You can't.
The
be
first time you
guess.
fucking can't
swallowing
swallow.
kids.
Maybe.
Your first time.
But you also
Wow.
you also
You gonna
never
do
mind
that.
because
Do it.
song making is different. I'm about to say you can't just have one good experience and think I'm about to get this nigga a song. But
Yeah,
you
but
know,
sometimes, yeah,
yeah,
'cause-
But if
sometimes.
it's-
And you know us
it's
girls being
crazy, though.
dramatic anyway. We could just
Exactly,
make
like,
something
you
out of
can't
nothing.
tell me with my
Yeah.
creative.
Yeah, no,
flow
that's why I
supposed to
said
go
I'm not
when
even
I
gonna
hear
say that.
something.
Yeah.
Wait, but hold on, Lee.
Go ahead.
There's more. She had a story.
She had a story.
Oh, yeah, what's the story?
Yeah, I did have a story. Like the first person I ever gave fellatio to, was somebody that we were together for a really long. I lost my virginity to them. We were together for a long time before we went there, and I thought we were comfortable enough to go there. And when I did, it was like horrible. And I'm like, oh, this is what this is supposed to taste like. Oh my gosh, men suck so bad.
He ate Cheetos, didn't he?
So that was my first time experience, and his diet is poor. So
Oh, so that's what it is.
That was
Your diet is
but
full
I
of trash.
didn't know. Your
meat.
first time, you
Yeah,
don't
Yeah, yeah,
know.
you don't know the
Yeah.
vibes. You don't know the
It's
vibes.
not
Yeah.
what it's supposed to taste like, what it's not supposed to taste like. So me just not having so many like sexual partners, I had to do other research and conversation with
Right.
people,
People.
places, things.
So like,
but
what's that conversation like, bro? Why you taste like that?
Yeah, like, blah.
Well, I never had that conversation
With him.
with that person,
Okay.
but I ended up meeting somebody else along the way, and just
sweet, like sweet tea.
no, it was nothing. And then like you see that person's diet and what they're putting in
That's
their
what it
body
is,
and stuff
yeah.
like that. So yeah, you just learn. And then I've had other experiences, even like with myself, like other women, just you get to know like a person's body, their health, like
Yeah. Women should definitely eat healthy. Men should eat healthy.
Yeah.
Diet should be right. If you want to
Get
That's
devoured.
somebody, if you want to get there.
So, question
Period.
though. So the first guy, you know, the Cheeto dick.
Don't
Did he
do
ever
that.
Don't
ask you?
disrespect him. You don't know the man like
Hold
that.
on.
Cheeto,
Don't disrespect him like that.
Hold on.
You don't know if you got Cheetos.
All right, Dio. Let me get to my
They ate
question.
a lot of onions that day.
Have he ever asked you to do it again? Like, have you like that conversation came up? Like, babe, you want to swallow again? You want to do that again?
never the conversation again, but it never happened again.
Oh, you was
Never.
traumatized.
yeah,
after
I
that.
was
Supported.
even though I hadn't had anybody else to compare it to, I knew I did not want to taste that.
He was like, I don't like that non-vote.
Right.
Heard you.
Never.
Ooh, it tastes like battery. I heard you. Ugh.
If he ever listens to this, he may. I'm sorry.
Yo,
Shout him out.
she
No.
called
The
you.
Duracell
Good, King.
Yeah,
No.
come on, King. We got you. We got
That
you.
is
Drink
cool.
your water
It's
now.
bad. Drink some water. You know the vibes.
Yeah.
We helping you out. Some smoothies.
Yeah.
Word.
Don't
That
drink
definitely
Some
did it.
smoothies.
Smoothies might work.
The
Yeah,
Duracell
he
D.
ate chicken spot like every day.
Oh, no, you can't go to-
That's it.
What is it? Kennedy?
That's
You can't
it.
go to Kennedy over there.
Yeah, it was Crown.
Oh,
See,
Crown.
Crown.
Oh, Crown.
Get a Pepsi.
And then he
on the
wanted
side.
you to go
Oh, they got
down.
Pepsi?
That is something
Crown
else.
You got Pepsi? Nah, it's not
and then
Pepsi.
down
It's
it.
Coke. It's Coke. It's
Oh,
Coke.
I don't drink Coke.
Nah, but they always
I don't
got
drink
Coke.
soda.
They don't got. I don't drink soda either. But I'm just saying. At the Kennedys, they always Crown. They
But
always
usually when you
got-
go to Crown, you always get like a Welch's grape or some shit. He probably was doing
Oh,
that.
Welch's
Yeah.
grapes?
Yeah.
That's not good.
That's not good. That's
Or Mountain Dew. Yeah.
Sunkiss.
Mountain
Sunkiss orange.
That's bad.
It was Sunkiss.
Nah, that's
Got that nigga tasting citrusy. Heard you.
Oh, my
That
God.
is real bitter.
That ain't it.
Oh, that's
Grapefruit dick. We ain't doing that.
Grapefruit
But
dick.
that's exactly what, if you have a poor diet,
That's what you're going to check.
Yeah, that's what you're going to. Yeah,
is
come
what
on.
you gonna
Chicken
on,
spot.
fellas.
You don't be eating
It's
chicken
all
spot no more
connected.
after that, right?
Come on, fellas.
Hell no.
Nah, I eat chicken spot.
Oh, you say eat chicken spot? Nah, I don't eat chicken
Yeah,
spot.
yeah,
That shit was traumatizing.
I don't got them
Bronx.
problems. But
Oh, yeah, they love the chicken spot in the
Chopped
Bronx
cheese
and
and shit.
Harlem.
love
Word.
a
you
chicken
gotta
spot.
eat vegetables and fruit and drink a lot of water.
Yes.
Especially if you know you're about to get something.
Yes.
You feel me?
Sure. Especially you about to get something. Come on, you know.
Strawberries.
Please, we
Yes.
dropping the gems. Don't pawn these.
Word,
Please.
word,
Yeah.
word.
Please, we trying
Yeah,
to help
but
Get your
you.
pen and paper out. Let me let
That's
y'all
a
know how
fact,
to
though.
do this
You
right.
that's a fact. You gotta put the people on because it'd be too many failed sexual
Yeah.
experiences.
So many. And I hear
and
to all the
traumatizing
time.
ones.
Yeah, very traumatizing ones. I've had a couple experiences. But
I could imagine.
no.
What was that?
Coming at me like,
What was that?
coming on me on this episode.
What was that?
I don't know what
I
that
don't
was.
understand like what happened there.
That was some shade.
That was crazy.
Saying
You
like
couldn't imagine
everybody. Damn, he really brought up. I really
You got
brought
it
up.
right.
Yeah,
That's my man.
That's
I'm
my man.
saying-
Clean up an
though-
out 10. Look at her. She cleans up good though. Good.
Nah, I want to
We
hear it.
all probably have like traumatizing experiences because mainly because, and I'm gonna get deep on it, we don't learn about sex. We're very much like pushed away from sexualization conversations from young. So we have to go through the burden of having bad experiences because we don't know what we should be looking for, even to guide our partners on what we should eat and stuff like that. I would never think back then it's your diet, what you're consuming that's making you taste like this.
She's so good at
It's a
cleaning
good
up.
flip.
know
It's
what
a
I'm
good
saying?
flip.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me speak to you after this.
Great work. That's great work.
Media trained.
We'll talk to you after this. I need
That is media
how you
trained.
not so good like that?
Media
What the
trained.
fuck?
I
like
got
crazy,
my degree
goddamn.
from Pornhub
Yo.
University, and that was how I learned. That was it.
real, though.
XXX, that
For
was
real.
that.
For
You
real.
know?
Because you don't, and that's another thing too, like, they don't have sex education in the schools. Like, when I
Right.
was growing up, we didn't have sex education in the schools. Probably like one class in 6th grade in middle school, but that's it.
It wasn't even really good though.
No, it
Yeah,
wasn't.
it wasn't.
Scare you.
It scared you mostly.
Yeah.
Because one, I was scared of my period. Two, I was scared of dick because I was like, all these diseases. They showed us color pictures. Like, well, I don't want none of that. That was that.
Gonorrhea shit, ain't it?
I don't want none of
You
that.
know how many years I spent? Like, I'm not eating nobody out. That's
And then,
nasty.
then they show you the babies coming out. Like, oh, I really don't want this to happen.
I'm
I don't
like,
want to
nah.
play. Yep.
all them years, it was disgusting.
Like
Blue
blood come
waffles
out of
and
there.
shit.
Ooh,
What?
yep.
Dang.
There's no bueno.
If you're listening, Google blue waffle.
Don't do that, actually. Don't do that.
Google
actually.
blue waffle. Thank me
We
later.
don't wanna-
We need a better way in our school system or even in our homes. It should really start in our homes. Like, I
Right.
reflect on times where I'm like, I never talked to my parents about certain things that I would go through intimately with
Yep.
someone else. Yet y'all went through it and I'm here. So I think it starts in the homes first because
100.
we're not going to get it in a school system that wasn't designed for us to be successful in the first place.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's another
She
whole
talking crazy.
conversation with
Yeah, so we
education.
gotta bring y'all back for that one.
Yeah,
Here we
that's a whole
go.
nother
Part
conversation.
2 of the
Yeah.
Thank
Part
Me
two.
Later.
Oh, we definitely gotta have that.
Be sure to
Yeah,
thank me
please.
later. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you know you got to pop up.
Yeah, let's do it
to
two
our
ways.
show, you feel
'Cause
me?
y'all came when it was just
Hey,
me.
just you.
then we could do a 3-way and then,
Yeah.
Let's,
yep.
Always.
I
was like, what was happening?
I didn't know what was happening. See
I
what I'm
was trying
saying?
to think what was
And that's the
I
reason
just
why
got excited. All the sex
did.
songs got me excited. I don't know what just
I
happened.
didn't want to leave for
I got
some, but I
excited.
was like, wait.
And I looked for you. I was like, hey.
Nah, they
yeah.
wasn't-
Nobody was it.
They
Nobody
wasn't
was with you.
on
I
that
was
one,
with you,
dog.
Taj.
Nah,
She was
nobody
with
with you.
I
Nobody
eyed her, but then I
there.
looked at Leah and she looked over there, and I was like, I
Yeah.
lost her. Well, so
Leave with us.
we
Leave with
we
us.
could just do the
That's a
2-way.
fact.
We want to keep it safe. Let's do the 2-way. That's it.
I cannot.
All this talk got me excited. Now I gotta go home and talk to the shower. What the fuck?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? You see how those little add-ins?
Oh, I might bring out Mr.
Why
Perp.
you mad?
No, I'm not mad. I'm just saying them add-ins because anyway,
We
education.
talked about this the whole time. I say something. You see
Education.
the.
Nah, she let
I
her
see
talk.
why
You gotta let her talk. Talk your
Beyonce
shit.
told the
Queen.
Beyonce from
Queen.
Destiny
God,
Child. Her.
I'm
opinion.
child.
Nah,
Nah.
sometimes I don't really feel it though. Sometimes I don't, cause Kelly was great,
What's her name? Kelly
and
Rowland.
Michelle was great too because of just. Sometimes it would be
They used to have that
comedic
star
relief she
potential,
would
though.
add, and then
The comedic
sometimes
relief.
sometimes
Every time
She was
go forward,
she was
yeah.
funny, all right?
she was mad
Hell yeah, that's what
in her songs. To be honest with you, Michelle had a lot of great parts in the songs. Like, I love bridges. I love when a song can take me somewhere else. I'm listening to the same hook,
Cater
the
to
same
you.
type of cadence in the verses, and I'm good. Take me away real quick and then bring me back for an ending.
Yeah.
But she would have a lot of comedic parts.
Yeah, I think she
on
liked the
stage
floor.
and stuff like that.
yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
messing up dances and
Yeah,
stuff, like
yeah.
looking really awkward and stiff. And I kind of relate to that, but I would never put myself in a position to do it. So I think that, like, we have to root
Have
for
better people
that-
around you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, have
But I
better
guess
people around you.
when we break it down like that, we see why.
You know, but
Yep.
you just can't get comfortable. Don't get comfortable. The singles
Don't get
out.
comfortable.
You know.
That was
Yeah.
a good plug.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah,
that.
the singles out.
Hey.
Don't get comfortable.
Facts.
Yeah, that's
Professional over here.
Right? These guys, I'm
Just
about
do
to
the-
spend more time with them
Nah.
on
Just
this
do the
one.
plug.
I ain't gonna front. I would love to. I want to go accessory shopping with y'all.
Ooh, let's do
Bari,
it.
you know I'm in Kif a lot.
Word?
That's he lives in there.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't even
Every
know.
day.
I'm surprised.
Please.
I know it's Brooklyn Circus. Shout out Brooklyn Circus.
Yeah, shout out to them.
But I'm surprised you don't have not one Kith piece on. Like, not one.
It's rare.
Possibly.
Barry's in rare form.
It is rare. I don't have any kip drawers.
You don't got kip drawers on?
I don't have any
Everything,
He's
every
in
time
rare
is kip.
form. Like that hat is fire.
I
too.
love
Thank
your
you.
hat.
Yeah,
Thank
that
you.
hat is fire.
Appreciate
But I want to
that.
go like
Hat is fire.
accessory shopping. We could vlog it and all that.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
very
y'all
helping my
accessories
image right
is
now
lit.
Let's
too.
do it.
And so, you know, I'm getting in the mood to actually.
We shooting a
show.
When
video
podcasts
today.
unite. Look at this black excellence in one room.
That's
Yeah, we
right.
shooting a video today. But we still got other shooting days, so I want to link with y'all.
Let's do
some
Let's
it.
stuff.
do that.
Let's
Let's do
do
that.
it.
That'll be lit.
Look at that.
Let's do it.
But
Okay.
definitely, y'all come back to thank me later.
Mm-hmm.
With
Y'all
us.
have to.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I'm on the
100.
show now. What's up?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we did that the last time we did it with you was really good. I
Yeah.
enjoyed that episode.
And then I
So,
was like,
like-
damn, she mad professional with this shit.
Yeah,
She had
she-
the questions off rip. Da, 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 da.
100 professional.
She knew who she wanted to ask the question. I was like, oh, this is how you do it. Her too.
way better than us for sure.
Nah.
Yeah.
Stop.
No,
is it,
that ass. We could admit it.
Not or like maybe like we just do things differently, but like you're just professional on that. You know what I mean? That wavelength. Like, you know what I mean? Like
It was just the fact that she was holding it down by herself for that long period
Right.
of time.
And I
That
think
was
that's
what dope.
That's definitely a strong point, and for her probably to even be organized when you have to only rely on yourself.
on yourself,
Mm.
right?
So the gift of having the three of you in, you know,
It's a
in the
blessing.
podcast,
It's a
it's
blessing.
very easy to take a conversation and, you know, make it stronger and bounce off of each other. You know, so yeah.
But that's why I be so happy, like when my show is mentioned with shows like y'all, because it's like it's a perfect balance. Y'all got each other. It was just me for a very long time, so it was like I knew I was doing something right when people would be like, "Well, I listen to O.T.C. and Thank Me Later," and I'm like, "I'm doing something," because they have each other. It's just me,
Yeah,
and I'm there. Like, so
And
I was
all
always
the interviews was
excited.
entertaining though. That's
Thank
the
you
thing.
so much.
That was
Thank
the
you.
thing. I was like, it keeps you entertained the whole time.
And that's
Thank
why I
you so
wanted
much.
to be a part of the show, because I'm like, this is really dope what she's trying to do. She's bringing a platform of educating, because it stems under educating for me, because of the guests that she brings on the show are in different lanes. It's not even her lane that she's created for herself. So she's always constantly trying to grow and learn by bringing people around her that can bring something to the table she
100.
didn't know about
Yeah.
prior to
And
that
that's fresh off the
convo.
table. I ain't have no background and nothing. Everybody always like, well, you can't really start something unless you plug. I never had no
Right.
background.
Who you
know? Yeah, like I ain't have no background. Even on iTunes, in the discussion, it says at Goodlookin Lee has discussions with creatives. I never said who I was. I just was like, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
right.
do it. Don't
Exactly.
matter who I am. You'll know.
And
You'll
he was
understand
making
very
numbers
soon.
off that shit.
And I was
know what
looking
I'm
at her
saying?
like, why you want me on your show? She's like, you know, so many people. Like, you definitely can bring the diversity that I'm trying to maintain. And I'm like,
I wanted to
I
do what
guess.
they do, like really sit in society and culture, but like I don't have these conversations alone. And even now, I have a co-host. I still get so caught up in like, all right, well, who's coming in? I don't need nothing.
Right. You don't need
Yeah.
nobody.
I don't need nobody, but I continue to do that because at the same time, I've opened the lane. And that's not something that I'm trying to shut down anytime soon.
Yeah,
That's
100.
So we make sure we go back and forth. It'd be just us, then it'd be somebody, then just us. But you know, like I always enjoy this about y'all. Y'all don't need nobody.
Yeah.
It's just y'all.
Yeah,
Some of my best episodes is just us sometimes too when I look back at it. Like we had good interviews. I'm not gonna knock y'all. Thanks for coming through supporting O.T.C. podcast. But like a lot of times we just vibing, like, cause that's when I first saw potential for the podcast. Like we was at dinner and I'm just watching these two go back and forth and I was like, yo, we should start a podcast. And they laugh like, what? Nah. But I'm like, nah, watching y'all debate about shit is like the funniest thing to me. And like it turns intellectual and then so I was like, yo, we should really like just do this. Like and in my head I was like, we way better than Everyday Struggle. Like let's just fucking do this shit.
I can't. I'd be like, I never would think that somebody would just want to hear my voice.
Me
or like,
either,
Right.
what opinions.
That's a fact.
What, like, you know what I mean, that I want to share. But then when people like consistently hit a brother up like, yo, y'all show was funny today.
Yeah.
Yo, you know what I like what you said about this, whatever. Like I ain't gonna lie. It's kind of good. It's kind
Yo,
of a
it
good
feels
feeling.
good.
It's a good feeling.
I told them it was one time. I don't know if I shared on the podcast or just with y'all. I was in Starbucks. I live in Starbucks. I was in Starbucks and I asked for my order, but I said LJ because that's what I'm so used to saying when I do it. And the girl was like, "Your name is Taj, right?" And I was like,
Lit.
"Yeah."
crazy.
She's like, "I listened to your podcast." When I say I felt like Oprah in that bitch, I was just like,
low-key
you
popular.
get a hug, you get a hug, you get. And I just felt mad good. Like you listen to me.
that is
like,
one of the most
felt
unexplainable,
good.
beautiful feelings in the world. Like that's starting to happen with me now with music.
Yeah.
And I don't even be knowing what to do. Like I'm so modest
Son,
all the time.
fact.
Like
Son, niggas be like, yeah, it's me. I be like, I say that.
Yeah, you dead ass.
I say that.
And I have no clue how to accept it because I'm even so modest and humble with like people I know. Like, oh, you sing, yo, my homegirl, she sing, and I'm like, shut up, like stop telling people that, and, like just send them a link or something.
A lot of people be like, yo, he has a podcast. Like, where I'm like, don't do that.
Yeah, like stop putting this light on me right now.
I don't mind it. It's just that when it's like your art, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, because to me, doing podcasting is an art. It's a craftsmanship. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't work on it, because we wasn't terrible in the beginning, but we wasn't. We wasn't right.
I was horrible. My first.
Yeah. We've done episodes that people will not listen to. And it's only because I heard it in her, but I was just like, you nervous. Like, I hear it. Like, you holding back.
Yeah, your energy would be terrible.
Yeah, she was trying to find her pocket. And it was like, the conversation was nice, but I'm like, nah.
Just be
they don't
you.
need to hear this.
Yeah.
And then she just started falling in pocket. Like,
and there was one episode where she said it on air, like, yo, you really doing it today? Episode.
Yo, that episode, the software, like, the Audacity software crashed. Lost the episode.
Yeah.
Lost it. But I was so happy.
Still have the moment.
Yeah, I was so happy because I'm like, nah, because the next one they hear, you're going to be in your pocket.
Yeah, because now you found your niche. Like, you found your comfortability.
Even, like, on here, like, coming to this show and just hearing her interact with y'all. When she started, this would have went a whole nother way.
I became stuttering Stanley's at some point.
Yo, her first episode, she like, Mike. It's your girl Noelle Kay, and I was co-hosting with, you know, like this shit. She's finding her pocket, and it's just so cool to watch. And as long as like, I could do stuff like that where I could just help people grow and they in turn help me grow. Like, I don't even care no more. Like, I'm just so happy about that.
And that's what I feel about us. Like, I came out of my shell a lot on here. Like, people be like, I never thought you were shy. Like, I've been shy since I was young. Actually, I lied. When I was young, I used to do dance. So I never used to be scared. I was always ready for the stage. But it's like, as I got older, I started caring about people's opinions. So that just made me go into a little ball. And then, like, I've been doing a podcast, so now I feel more like, you know, speak my shit. A lot of people hit me up and like, oh, I love when you said this, or like, I feel like you're my friend in my head, and da-da-da-da-da. And then like recently somebody asked me to host a party. I'm still debating on doing it because I'm like, he's like, I love your personality or whatever. Like, you have the personality to do it. But it is like, me host a party. What am I going to do up there? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what am I doing? Like, I don't know. So, and then he's like, get back to me. And it's in January. And I'm like, me out of all people, you want me?
Do it.
Even in real life though, you've opened up. Cause I always was like, I just can't tell with her. Like, like I'm super shy, but like I be saying hi to her and shit, and she'll be like, hi.
Yeah. And the funny thing, in my family, I'm like the livest one, and like everybody like always want me to come to events because I'm just always silly. But that's because I grew up with them. Like, I know them. Like, I could be my natural self without being judged. And then it's like coming around people is like, how much of myself do I give?
Of course, I always peep that about you.
They gonna think I'm too silly or whatever.
All three of y'all, like our exchanges are just a lot more comfy now. Like, it's just a lot more. Like, you've opened up. Bari speaks. There was a point in time where I'm like, the nigga don't talk. Like, he doesn't speak. Like, and then like, that's right. I'm like, he speaks, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, you just get comfy.
That'd be our best episodes or best even interactions when Bari like,
because he's silly as hell. Like, he's got the jokes.
He's the comedic.
Let's not get his head too big because now he's starting to smile and shit.
But he is though.
He already cocky as hell. Look at
this. The people know. We gotta get the hell out of here.
Oh man, it's over.
I know. All right. Shout out your social medias
where we can find your music.
We can find your music. That's important too because I want to listen.
Yes, I definitely want to hear that. Dope.
Yeah, we gotta follow each other and exchange info, and like I'll definitely send the links out.
Never letting go of Duracell D. Never.
You can find me anywhere, literally at the Noelle Kay, TheNoellekay. You can Google me with that too. You can even add the beginning.
On title and all that, it's just Noelle Kay though.
But on all streaming platforms and digital stores, my music is under Noelle Kay, NoelleKay.
There we go.
Yeah. You could catch me Instagram, Twitter, at Goodlookin Lee, GOODLOOKINLEE_. Make sure you follow Thank Me Later at Thank Me Later Podcast NYC on Instagram, and it's on Facebook. And
search that Thank Me Later.
Yeah, definitely check out the reel. I dropped the reel. We dropped the reel for the show. And Thank Me Later is mine now. So. Yeah. Thank Me Later is mine now.
Congratulations.
Thank you. New hats, new merch, all that. I appreciate y'all having us though, for real.
Thank you so much
for
even coming.
That was great.
Our pleasure.
It was great.
Follow me on Instagram at jsaints_.
And if you want to elevate with me on a higher plane, you can follow me at crown__Taj.
Fire.
Yeah,
That's my voice. I keep doing this voice all the time.
Yeah,
like,
I can't.
Look, he can't.
Now,
He can't.
yeah.
When will you?
Yo, hold on.
He can't.
Let
Now,
me
go
get the whole
ahead.
thing out, man. Follow us all at O.T.C podcast _. Follow me at JD the Opinionated on Instagram and on Twitter at artistic_JD. Listen, we got to get the hell out of here. Did you listen to the new album today?
I listened to Blame by Bryson Tiller. I listened to
everybody
It was decent.
I listened to Big Sean Single Again
Beautiful
and
song.
Overtime.
Thank you. I'm with you on
Yeah,
that.
it wasn't. Yeah, he could have did better.
What,
than
Big
that.
Sean?
Yeah.
Wow,
Single
that's crazy.
Again,
I
it
like
was
that
okay,
shit.
but it's not for Big Sean. That's somebody else. Like,
like
that
that
shit was
shit.
too simple. And Chance the Rapper.
We're going to discuss that another time.
Yeah.
We got to discuss it next week.
But the Lion King soundtrack has been bumping
Yes.
heavy hard.
It's fire.
Beyonce
That's a fact.
She did
definitely
that.
Yes.
did that.
Fire.
Yeah.
Find Your Way Back is like
You
one
know,
of my
her dropped a new
faves.
song too.
Yeah, she did. 21.
Yeah.
Got you.
But y'all forgot
Yes, sir.
to mention YBN Corday, and that's what we're going to go out to.
Okay.
Lost and
Okay.
Found.
Yeah, that album is great.
Phenomenal.
Switch up my lifestyle. Yeah.